So we're now back in StarSavior. They released a new character last week. It is a summer alt for Luna, and now there's a summer event going on right now that also released last week, and I completely forgot. I completely forgot about this stuff. Hey, nice. So we're back. Good news. I have the new summer alt, right? It took me 30 tickets. Took me 30 tickets to get to summer alt. So that's great. So it took me 30 tickets to do that. There's the banner here. I didn't get this card, right? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't get this card. Like I really want to save my tickets for the next banner character, which I think probably happy summer alt. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, I completely forgot that this released last week. So yeah. Let me just quickly open up. Oh shit. Hold on, I forgot the thing is not even capturing the game. My bad. There we go. Yeah, I have to show you all what I was talking about because just the thing was blacked out. I sounded like a crazy person. So anyway, yeah, new character. There it is. I got the new character. I don't have the feature icon. There's a new event that released last week. All the stuff released last week, and I completely forgot all about it. So yeah, that's pretty much the summary of that. Anyway, so yeah, we're back in StarSavior. Yeah, we're back in StarSavior, so there we go. Okay, so yeah, there's the banner. Yeah, there's the banner right there. Let me like raise the game volume. Good enough. Okay. Actually, give me a sec. Yep, okay. So yeah, I already have the character. Let's see, Savior. Yep, there she is. Yep. Anywho, I'm still short on that. That's fine. Storage. I think, yeah, I got this stuff. Cool. Cool. So I completely forgot that this whole event was up for a whole week, so that's great. Okay, so my plan today is play the event and then do the run one journey with the new Luna, and then after we'll move on to the play more Batman Arkham Asylum, because I want to play more. I want to like get I want to really get really far in that game, right? Because there's lots to do in that game. Also, I saved up so much standard observation points. I have 738. Yeah, we could like do 110 of these. Why not? Oh, hey, nice. Hell yeah. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, grab that. Okay, let's start the event. Enough of procrastinating. There we are. Look at that. Okay, there's this new thing called Overlord Cube. Actually, no, I think they've done this before. I don't remember. Board info. Yeah, just a bunch of mats. Oh, and some gems. Some gems too. 100 gems. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. G codes. Okay. Alright, let's start the story. Lost in Summer, Faded Paradise. Not sure what this event's gonna be. So let's see here. The light hits first, the summer, sun hammering straight down overhead. Then the ground gives, sand curling warm between my toes. Beyond that, oh, it's the ocean. Yep, the ocean. And the two of them in swimsuits. The ocean. Yep. What's with you, Captain? You were hesitant earlier, but now you're all excited. Or maybe seeing us in swimsuits had you so turned on you could barely contain yourself. I mean, sure they do look good in those swimsuits. And yes, they are pretty stunning. But being turned on, that's not it. Slight increase detected in Captain's skin temperature compared to 30 minutes ago. Likely cause is how revealing Luna's swimsuit is. Alternatively, excitement from seeing the ocean, a rare sight in Noah. Which one is it, Captain? I'm just really excited to see the ocean, really. Right, you're human too. Of course you get excited seeing the ocean. But I guess it looks like we ditched Ashura and Omega to have fun on our own, huh? No, wait, we left Omega with the Saintesses from the start so we can leave her out of this. Then Ashura's the only one we left out, huh? Oh. What's done is done. Dude, we ditched Ashura. Dude, where's Ashura, bro? So don't worry too much since we're here. Let's enjoy the beach to the fullest, right, Smile? Where does she wander off to now? Luna, Captain, look at this. With the waves repeatedly scouring and depositing sand, my feet are getting buried with every wave. Hey, Smile, you just can't go in without us. Wait up, I'm coming too. Watching Luna follow Smile into the water, I couldn't help but feel a strange sense of guilt. Yeah, what happened to Ashura? Oh. Lisa, I'm so sorry. This has to be an administrative mix-up. I swear I checked the reservation date over and over. So how did it end up booked for a different day? Negative, judging from her explanations. Simple human error is the most likely cause. Anyway, I did manage to grab last-minute tickets for a train leaving today, but there's only 3 tickets left. So only 3 of you can leave today. Wait, then how are the rest of us supposed to get there? They said the next available train leaves in 3 days, so could you maybe take that one? Would that work? 3 days later. It's not like I did it on purpose. If anything, I was looking forward to this summer vacation just as much as you all. No, I mean our training camp. I even took out another emergency youth loan to prepare for the trip. I brought 3 of the latest swimsuits and everything. Liaison officer, you were clearly planning to have fun from the start. Well, what's done is done. Maybe it worked out for the best. I didn't feel great about leaving Omega behind in Noah anyway. On the bright side, now we can head out with Omega too. Wait, what do you mean? Didn't you say Omega needed at least 3 full days of rest to get her energy back? While we were in Monastir for a competition trial against the Monastir Knights. We met Tyria and fought beside her in a decisive battle against another executor, Gil. Monastery Knight's help, we defeated Gil, but what about Omega? She was forced to return to StarPiercer after energy reserves dropped below 20%. What happened, Omega? Are you okay? Omega picked up the cup and it broke. Omega, sorry for startling you. More importantly, Omega, your right arm. Oh, Omega's arm is gone again. But Omega ate so much. After that battle, Omega began experiencing unexplained drops in output. Cube, is there something wrong with Omega? Negative. Omega's control's current output instability appears to stem from insufficient optimization of the newly acquired data. Optimization. Estimated optimization period 3 days. During this period, Omega Control will enter forced power saving mode and... Of course, don't you worry, we'll take good care of her. The spirit came right to me and I didn't even have to lift a finger. Bro, did we seriously, like, leave this StarPiercer to these two? I don't know, it doesn't seem all that safe to do so. See, good deeds really do bring blessings. As expected of you, Saintess Muriel, I truly admire how utterly shameless you can be without batting an eye. Who are you calling shameless? Captain, is this really our only option? They just seem so unreliable. Yeah. I have my doubts too, but Omega's recovery period overlapped with our expedition training in Flora. We couldn't leave Omega and Cube alone in empty quarters, while Omega was defenseless in her dormant state. The Monolith Order actively studies ancient relics, so they could at least offer some help if anything went wrong. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can climb 10 ranks with this Note 20. Of course, I made sure to warn the head priest not to let Muriel lay a finger on her. Oh, okay, well, I guess that's fine then. It'll be alright. Right, Omega? Yeah, Omega will come back good as new. Bye, everyone. See you later. Great, since the training camp got pushed back anyway, we can wait for Omega and all leave together. Is this what they call a blessing in disguise? Yeah, it's the Voyager Savior Party's first training camp. We can't split up before it even starts. Okay, then we can spend the next 3 days kicking back for once, and for the next 3 days, while we wait for Omega to recover, we'll use that time for training for our training camp. Training for our training camp. Ashura is getting fired up about training again. Wait, what do you mean? Luna, like I said earlier, this is the Voyager Savior Party's first ever training camp. We can't waste a single day just because the schedule changed. No, at this rate, we'll be stuck in training hell. Oh wait, now that I think about it... Luna, are you listening to me? Yeah, I see, so that's how it is. Smile, lend me your ear for a sec. And Captain, I'll leave you in charge for our 3 days of training for our training camp. Oh no, I know where this is going. Only you can guide us through efficient training and help us get the most out of camp. We just bailed on her. Everyone agrees, right? Luna? Smile? Captain? You were right here a second ago. Yoink! We'll take our tickets first. Luna, what are you doing? Sorry, but if we stick around, we'll be stuck training until the next train leaves. So we'll go on ahead and get some proper rest. You two can take your time. Then take me with you too, please. Impossible, there are only 3 tickets to begin with. Please keep an eye on Omega, the Monolith Order. See you in Flora. See you in Flora. Luna, smile. Captain. Sorry, Ashura. Somebody just bailed on her like that. Smile, you really can't swim up. Maintaining equilibrium between buoyancy and gravity while facing forward is more difficult than expected. Luna, would you understand if she tried it herself? Oh please. I'm good enough to swim out to the island and back at least. Oh, but it might be hard for you since you're so short. They say tall, leggy beauties make the best swimmers, you know. Body proportions are merely a secondary variable, and my limbs are not sure. Cut that out, you little brat. Salt water stings when it gets in your eyes. Actions that causes displeasure to others are subject to consequences, or so I was told. You little, you're gonna pay for that. With her cheeks puffed out, Luna dove underwater. Luna? Wait, if you tug there, my swimsuit will... Flailing a panicked smile reached out only to lose her balance and sink beneath the water. That's what you get for slacking on swim practice, you little sinking stone. That's cheating. Water splashed up around them, scattering through the air and glittering in the sunlight. Maybe it was the dazzling sunlight, but even the guilt weighing on me moments ago seemed to fade. Captain, hurry up and get in. Come play with us. Body temperature dropping due to seawater exposure feels good. But come on, overthinking things will only tie your brain in knots, you know. In times like this, you just let go of all your usual worries and enjoy the moment. Now close your eyes and soak it all in. You think so? Yeah, now hurry. Following Luna's advice, I closed my eyes and focused on my other senses. The cool shade of the beach umbrella overhead, the sunlight warming my skin, and the sea breeze gently cooling it again. Right, maybe I had been overthinking things lately. Might as well bury my worries in the sand for a while and enjoy the moment. So much for enjoying it. A shark, there's a shark. A shark? Where? Negative, sharks found in tropical waters, including those around Flora, do not linger in water this shallow. A specimen appearing this close to shore would typically be either an inactive individual that drifted in by chance or one of Flora's rare mirages. Luna, don't pull me by the hood. This isn't time for that smile. Hurry up and get out. After a sudden commotion over a shark sighting off Flora's coast, swimming was temporarily banned at the beach. Are you two okay? Unharmed. Still, failure to identify the specimen exhibiting unusual behavior is regrettable. You seriously still don't get it, do you? What if something terrible had happened to you? Don't you remember that play we saw with Ashura, the one where the shark was gobbling people up left and right? If you mean Hurricane Shark, they did a play on Shark Tornado, dude. That's insane. Its depiction was inaccurate. In general, sharks are not aggressive towards humans. People like Luna, who accept exaggerated portrayals as fact, are textbook victims of media distortion. What? Anyway, I'm glad neither of you got hurt. I had thought about joining them in the water for a bit, but with swimming off limits, it seemed our short vacation was over. Oh, what do you mean, over? Vacation isn't over. Who says it's over? But swimming's off limits. What else can we do? Of course, I already booked us a 3-day stay at Flora's ultra luxury resort until Ashra gets here. The shops and pools around here are all tied to the resort, so we can just charge everything to our room. An ultra luxury resort. Where did you get the money for that? I actually hit it big at the casino for once, enough for 3 days in a resort's best room with plenty left over. The casino, wait. I was about to get mad thinking she'd gone to the casino and come back broke as usual when I finally noticed something was off. You won big at the casino? That's what I'm saying. Seriously, since when did you win at casinos? Luna's casino win rate is converging on 0, and yet she won big, which leads to a data error. For the numbers to add up, she would have had to bet a considerable amount. But Luna is usually penniless and often ends up sleeping outside. Therefore, Luna's claim that she won big at the casino is most likely false. I understand if neither of you can believe it. But the truth is, yours truly, Labstar genius gambler Luna, spent 3 days and nights at the tables and came back with a fortune. So now you're a genius gambler instead of the greatest oracle. Classification revised from low probability to impossible. Feeling fear. What are you talking about? Don't lose every single time. I don't lose every single time. Besides, this is our first vacation in Flora. We can't just let our first summer vacation go to waste, can we? It's a training camp. I'm sure the moon must have recognized how badly I wanted this. I made a wish for the best summer ever, drew one final card, and it was the winning one. Thanks to that, I won enough to pay back the scary guy waiting behind me, and still have enough left to splurge like this. I think I just heard something terrifying, but let's move on for now. Come on everyone, we only have 3 days. When Ashra and Omega arrive 3 days from now, what do you think they'll say? Since you had so much fun while I was gone, let's make up for lost time with extra training. And we're making it extra brutal. Probability of her saying that is 100%. They know Ashra so well. Correct, once Ashra shows up, fun times like this are over. He's probably alright. Come on, you get it, right? Before the brutal training starts in 3 days, let's enjoy Flora while we can. If you suddenly came into that much money, you should think ahead and set half of it aside. Must set some aside, save it. What's that? But I knew none of that would get through to her. Come on, we're wasting time just standing around. Just trust yours truly and follow me. With that, Luna grabbed her hands and marched off, pulling us along. High price justified by corresponding quality. It literally melts in your mouth, so good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. How would you like to pay? Yeah, charge it all to our room. We'll settle up at checkout. Oh, and maybe before I knew it. Oh no. This whole pool is ours. The Voyager Savior party is taking over. Just charge it to our resort room. We'll settle up at oh no. Oh no. Luna, you're not planning on scamming the resort the moment we leave, are you? I got swept up in the excitement. Oh no. This swimsuit looks good on you, Captain. What do you think? No, don't even think twice. It's on me. I've got plenty to spare, so this is nothing. Then I'll take you up on that. Oh no. Why are we trusting in Luna's financial situation right now? And started spending without thinking. This place is partnered with that resort over there, right? Then we'll settle up at checkout. If you mean Florin Premium Resort, we are not one of their partner shops. Huh? Oh, you're not? That's right, we only opened recently. Unfortunately, we haven't partnered with the resort yet. Guess I have no choice. I'll go get my wallet. Uh-oh. It's not here? Not here? I've looked everywhere and it's not here. Luna dragged Smile and me back to the pool, and we'd rented for ourselves and frantically dug through the bag she left behind, but her wallet was nowhere to be found. I've looked everywhere and it's still not here. Where did it go? Smile, nothing over there. Are you sure? Not over here. I'm sure. They left their belongings alone while they went to a store next to the resort. Oh man, that is like asking for your stuff to get stolen. Not over here. I'm concerned. No way. I went through so much to get that money. I was gonna show off by treating everyone to lots of delicious food and nice swimsuits. Luna, I wanted to throw enough money around that everyone would let my script slide for a while. As predicted, I have a rather frivolous motive, but I really wanted to. Calm down and let's think this through step by step. When was the last time you took out your wallet? Let's see, probably after I arrived in Flora, I changed into my swimsuit at the beach, and I didn't want anyone taking it, so I tied it to my swimsuit strap. Question, swimsuit strap? Could it be... Shark, there's a shark. Shark, where? Native sharks found in tropical waters, including those around Flora, do not linger in water in the shadow. This isn't time for that. Smile, hurry and get out. Oh, when they were running. Okay. It is certain that you dropped it in the ocean. The wallet in the ocean? Luna? Oh no. It's probably long gone by now, dude. It's probably long gone. Luna! Oh man, it's probably long gone. Oh no. We were playing around here, right? Cannot confirm. After that, we waited for the beach restrictions to lift and spent hours searching for the wallet Luna might have dropped into the ocean. Can't find it anywhere. Obvious upon consideration, coins made of metal alloy are too dense to float. Then you're saying we'll never find it. No way. At that, Luna's shoulders drooped. Guess I have no choice. I'll do a reading to find it. I'll recommend an unscientific methodology. Accuracy decreases when Luna is the practitioner. What are you talking about? My prophecies are always perfectly accurate. It's just reading your own fortune is kind of taboo among oracles. So I may have occasionally pretended I saw the future without doing a reading. At least I detect self-awareness, good. But still, this is an emergency. This is way better than wearing ourselves out without even knowing if we can find it. Please, dear Moon, show me a future where I get my wallet back. With a desperate look, Luna clasped her hands and squeezed her eyes shut. Yes, I can see it, a future where I can find my lost wallet. And after that, Luna's eyes suddenly flew open and she shook her head a few times and closed them again. No, that must have been the wrong future again. This part seems right. No, again. Again. Yeah. Don't tell me. This time Luna slowly opened her eyes, saying nothing as a strangely benevolent smile spread across her face. When people say they can't see the future, that's usually a figure of speech, right? But when I actually can't see a future where I find my wallet, it usually means that future really doesn't exist. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually run into this situation, so I'm kind of thrown off, that's all. Luna? What do I do? What do I do, Captain? It's over. We're never gonna find it. Oh no. Looks like our fate won't let us get that wallet back. Since there's nothing we can do, I think we'll have to give up. You gave up way too fast. But come on, I'm not dumb enough to bet on something with no chance. Correction probability is approaching 0, but has not reached 0. No, that feature doesn't exist, so it's exactly 0. Look at it this way, we were fated to lose the wallet from the start. What kind of fate is that? I'm serious, don't underestimate the power of fate, Cap. After all, every little thing in the world is driven by the power of a fixed future. But if everything in the world only ever unfolds according to it, wouldn't that make hoping for something, struggling for it, or trying to live life to the fullest feel meaningless? If they were meaningless from the start, then realizing they're meaningless doesn't mean you've lost anything, right? But, okay, we better be off finding something else fun to do instead of thinking about this stuff. Now, how should we enjoy the rest of our vacation, huh? We can't buy new swimsuits now, but we can still play in the ocean all we want. Regrettably, Luna's wish cannot be realized. But why not? Outstanding charges accumulated since our arrival in Flora are enormous. Without the wallet, full payment is impossible. Has Luna already forgotten? Oh right, we had all those tabs to settle, didn't we? Yep. There's the expensive food at the restaurant, and then there's the reservation up the pool to ourselves. So it's pretty pricey. And got so carried away with spending that totally forgot. Oh, Captain, do you have any money? Even a little would help. What for? Well, to fix this, I think our only option is to hit the casino and win big like last time. So please just spot me some cash this once. Try actually working to pay what we owe. Not this one either. In the end, to pay off all the tasks we'd run up, we stopped by Candle Square's Flora branch to look for any quests worth taking. Urgently hiring swimsuit laundry staff. Easy work, highly recommended for anyone looking for an easy little side gig they can do while kicking back. Rejected, nowhere near enough to cover what we owe. And what about this? Resort staff needed. The pay is pretty good, isn't it? Rejected, they're looking for someone who can work at least a month. Then what about this? Pointed to a poster hanging in the corner. Help me find the Pirate King's treasure. Seeing the large lettering, Smile stood on tiptoe, took down the poster and examined it closely. Quest asking for help finding treasure using a map the client happened to acquire. No other details or time frame listed. A treasure hunt. Likely left posted in the far corner of the quest board for a considerable time. Details unclear, but reliability unclear. Possible bait ad disguised as a quest. Let's look for something else. We went through every quest on the board, but we didn't find a single decent quest after all. At this rate, our only option is to work off the debt through unpaid labor. As you trudge along, wondering how we'd ever pay the enormous bill. Please, help me. A frail-looking girl was being chased by a group of rough-looking men. What the fuck? Pirates? Stop right there. One of the pirates chasing her swung his blade and missed her by a hair. Please, save me. If she'd been even a second slower, she could have gone seriously hurt. Captain. Yeah, let's help her. We rushed in and blocked the girl's pursuers before things got worse. Hey, what are you guys doing? That's dangerous. Can you see she's terrified? Multiple armed subjects threatening a single target. Clear act of intimidation. Requesting you put away your weapons and withdraw. What are these punks babbling about? Get out of the way. Hey, don't get so worked up. Looks like these amateurs want to play hero and end up crying their eyes out. No need for a long speech, let's teach them a lesson. We'll make sure you never forget how terrifying the four pirates are. Alright, I wasn't expecting to see pirates. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, I didn't even get to try out Smile. Okay. Oh well. Damn it, these punks are stronger than we thought. Let's fall back for now, we don't have the numbers for this. Pirates chasing the girl quickly turned tail. Even so, the tension showed no sign of leaving her face. Her hands were trembling like leaves, so I approached to calm her down. Are you alright? Please don't come any closer. Oh, we just saved you and that's how you treat us? Come on, miss, do we really look like bad guys to you? Like those scary-looking pirates? Judging by Luna alone, her caution is understandable. What's that supposed to mean? Sorry for scaring you, we're not bad people. The girl continued to eye us warily, showing no signs of letting down her guard. The captain's statement is correct, we are not bad people. Captain? I've heard of the StarSavior party. Wait, then you must be... Now you recognize me, yours truly is Luna, Lavasar's greatest oracle, inheritor of the Moon Staff, and proud member of the StarSavior party. You know about the StarSavior party? Yes, well, I heard that the StarSavior party carries on the name of the Savior party once led by the StarSavior. And that its leader is the journey captain, personally appointed by Lady Alicia to oversee the long tradition of the journey. I guess I was throwing that, I was just throwing that out there. I guess we're more famous than I thought. I'm sure I might have been happy to hear that. Yeah, since I was confined at home, all I could do was read whatever I could get my hands on. And you can research Flora's founder, the Pirate King, without coming across stories from the Age of Darkness. In any case, I'm so relieved you aren't after the map. The girl sighed in relief and seemed to grow dizzy, staggered, and collapsed. Hey, stay with me. Even as she lay unconscious, the girl clutched an old piece of parchment like she'd never let it go. Link detected. Captain Luna. Oh, looks like she's coming around. Where am I? You passed out for a moment. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. I think I just collapsed once I relaxed. The girl kept coughing as she rummaged through the pouch at her waist and pulled out a pocket of medicine. The girl shook some pills from the packet into her palm and swallowed them dry as if it were second nature. Soon her coughing stopped. Phew, I'm feeling a little better now. I'm sorry. As the curse grows stronger, I sometimes lose consciousness like this. A curse? What do you mean? Well, I should introduce myself first. It's a little late, but let me do it properly. My name is Isla. I'm the eldest daughter of the Floran family. Our family dates back to the founding of Flora. They say our ancestor was a loyal follower of the legendary pirate known as the Pirate King, who founded Flora. That's amazing. So your ancestor was a pirate? Yes, our family was has an heirloom passed down through generations known as the Pirate King's treasure map. Isla's shown us the old map she'd been clutching. The Pirate King's treasure map, the one from that quest board. Smile, you said it was probably some bait ad disguised as a request. Ow, stop poking me. So you saw it too. Did you post that quest, Isla? Yes, that's right. They say this treasure map is an heirloom the Pirate King entrusted to our ancestor, one of his loyal followers. It's such an old story that no one even knows how long it's been in our family possession. Long enough that even this treasured heirloom eventually faded from memory. Oh, I didn't know our house had a place like this. Oh, maybe there's still things that belong to the Pirate King. When I was little, I admired the Pirate King, so I was obsessed with searching the mansion for any trace of him. Oh, what's this box? Tucked away in the farthest corner of the dark storeroom, inside the oldest box was an ornate sealed case. It showed signs of once being sealed with several locks and magical wards. But perhaps because so much time had passed, the locks had corroded and crumbled, and the writing on the magical seals had faded. In the end, I was just a fearless, curious child, and I opened the box. Inside, I found this map, and the moment I excitedly broke the wax seal, bearing the Pirate King's crest. Brilliant light burst from the unfurling map and began to envelop me. Mom, Dad, please help me. And that was when the Pirate King's curse took hold of me. Ooh. For the first few days, I was so ill I could barely open my eyes. I came close to death several times, and even the best doctors my parents called in couldn't determine the cause. Then my parents eyed unsealed the treasure map, and they began looking into the relic from now on. So much time had passed that it had faded into a forgotten legend, even within our own family. After asking around, they eventually found a pirate who knew the story behind the treasure map. The Pirate King buried all his treasure somewhere in Flora and left behind a map to its location. To prevent anyone from finding it, he placed a curse on the map seal that would slowly drain the life of whoever broke it. To lift the Pirate King's curse, one must find a treasure he left behind and follow the curse-breaking instructions hidden inside. So that's why you're still... Yes, it gets worse with each passing year. Possibility of an illness or a viral infection rather than a curse. Neither my parents nor I believed the old legend about a curse right away. But even after I was examined by doctors all across Flora and even in Noah, none of them could find the cause of my illness. In the end, my mother and father decided to search for the Pirate King's treasure and left home. By the time I'd recovered enough to be up and about again, all I could do was sit by the window and stare outside for hours. kept hoping my mother and father would come back someday, smiling brightly with a way to break the curse. But no matter how much time passed, they never came back. When I finally couldn't bear it anymore and stepped outside my room, I overheard the servants talking. They said my parents' ship had been wrecked while they were on their way to search for clues to the treasure. In the end, something terrible happened to them because of me. I could clearly picture Isla, so young and frail, weighed down by a mysterious curse and the devastating news of her parents' fate. For a while, I was lost in guilt and grief. But just like before, I didn't set foot outside my room and I kept every window shut. For days, I skipped meals and cried myself to sleep from exhaustion. But one day, I went to close a window that had been left open, and the view outside caught my eye. It was nothing special, but I found myself thinking maybe I want to keep living after all. So I posted a quest at Candle Square looking for someone to accompany me on an adventure. I'm physically weak, and this would be my first adventure. I thought it would help to have someone by my side to guide me. And those pirates they call themselves successors to the legendary pirate king. Almost no one believed the story about the legendary treasure map I mentioned in my quest posting, but ironically, those pirates did. They became pirates because they idolized the legendary pirate king. They're chasing me, saying the treasure should be theirs. Alice sat up resolutely and gave us an awkward smile. So I would like to formally request the Voyager Savior Party's help. I'll do everything I can to avoid being a burden, so please help me find the Pirate King's treasure that can break my curse. I'm sure those pirates won't give up easily. I can't let them take the map without even putting up a fight. If I let them win that easily, I could never face my parents after everything they did for me, so please. After hearing Isla's heartbreaking story, I wanted to accept her quest without a second thought. But a treasure hunt. Even with a map, the target is an object hidden by pirates in the distant past. How long this quest may continue unknown. Could Luna use astrology to find it? Don't think of it, Luna, you said you were Lavstar's greatest oracle and inheritor of the Moonstaff, right? Then I need your help all the more. If you can't accept the quest, maybe you could do a reading to find a treasure location. Or at least tell me where I can break the curse at all. Please, I'm begging you. You mean you want a reading, right? Warning, unreliable prophecy, recommend not trusting it blindly. Hey, enough of the unreliable stuff. Please, I'm begging you. Wait, right. Sorry, what was the last part? Right, the fee, yeah. She's talking about the fee. I can't do a reading for free, and my fee's pretty steep, you know? I'll pay whatever you ask. Would this be enough? Seriously? Yes, of course. Our financial problems solved this easily? Listen, you seem pretty desperate, so I can do a reading for you. But this isn't just for fun, it means speaking to fate itself. If you take it lightly, you might not like how things turn out. Yes, I'm prepared, I'm not asking this lightly either. Alright then, sit here for a moment. Luna stood before Isla, closed her eyes, and took a deep breath. What's wrong, Luna? Luna? Oh, Captain. It's nothing. Maybe I'm just feeling a little off. Sorry, I guess I'm not in great shape right now. I don't know why, but I just can't seem to get a reading. I'm working then. Does that mean you couldn't see my future? Yeah, sorry, here, take your money back. Luna. Luna's complexion appears poor. Luna? Sorry. Captain, I'm really not feeling well. Can I head back first? Luna. I will help Luna back, Captain. Stay and talk with Isla. Smile immediately helped the dazed Luna to her feet and headed out. Sorry about the quest. I'll talk it over with the others. Thank you. On the way back to our lodging, I glanced back and saw Isla gazing sadly out at the distant sea. The light hits first, the summer sun hammering straight down overhead. Then the ground gives, as sand constantly catching the bristle of my broom beyond that. I can't take this anymore. Agreed, the heat is too intense. Luna threw her rag down and sprawled out on the pool tile. Smile dropped her broom and flopped down beside her. What if we don't keep working like this? We'll never be able to pay back what we owe. Luna, maybe we should reconsider Isla's quest. Never mind. Still unable to decide whether to accept Isla's quest, we took the best paying odd job we could find cleaning the pool, but at this rate, how long would it take to pay back everything we owe? As the grueling work and the intense heat rising from the tiles began to wear us down, you three over there. It's not even break time and you're lying around in the middle of the pool? I trusted you with this because you're the journey captain, but this is no way to work. We're sorry. Switching back to cleaning mode. Must remove stains from the tiles and sand wash into the pool within the allotted time. Luna? Alright, yeah, time to get back to work, yeah. Luna finally snapped out of her thoughts, got up, and went to scrub away the mysterious stain on the tiles. Left there alone, Smile and I could only exchange puzzled looks. Luna's acting strange. Luna just said she should get back to work, a statement she would normally never make. A short distance away, Luna silently scrubbed at the stains looking lost in thought. Finally, break time. The legally guaranteed right of every worker to flop down their rest. Like Smile, who had collapsed face down on a lounge chair, Luna walked over to me with a serious look. Captain, if you don't mind, can we talk for a second? What is it? You're sure you turned down that girl's quest, right? Why do you ask? Was the future you saw that bad? Just how bad was it? Well, the future I saw for her was... what I saw was... Why are you dragging this out so much? How do I put this simply? Let's just say it was one terrible omen after another, like a really bad future was waiting for her. Are you sure you didn't misread it? I was hoping I'd gotten it wrong too, so I checked over and over, but... No doubt about it, this quest is bound to fail, I'm not kidding. Even so, Captain, you still want to accept the quest. Feel bad for her, but there have to be other people who can help her search for the treasure, right? But still... The look in Isla's eyes as she desperately asked for help stayed with me. I kept thinking about how Isla must have felt enduring that pain alone in a room for so long. If you're asking what I want to do, I want to accept it. I figured you'd say that, Captain. Captain, you don't believe my prophecy. It's not that I don't believe it. I was thinking that if the prophecy showed us failing, maybe we could use what it showed us to avoid that outcome. Captain, the future seed doesn't work like that. It's a fixed future that's already been set in stone. No matter how hard you try to avoid it, run from it, or break free. It's like a board game with the worst rule imaginable. No matter what you do, you always end up exactly where you're destined to be. No matter how many times we roll the dice trying to escape, the space will end up as already been decided. Give me a sec, sorry, I'm just... Alright, where was I? So instead... Luna, you didn't come back, so I came to look for you. Oh, Smile, you're here too. Unintentionally, I overheard your conversation with Captain. What do you think? What do you think, Smile? Come to think of it, you're the same way Smile legends about the Pirate King, hidden treasure, curses, fixed future, fate, and all that. You normally dismiss it all as unscientific superstition, wouldn't you? Affirmative, I do not believe every claim regarding the client's alleged curse and the Pirate King's treasure to be true. Right, then why don't we just make some excuse and turn her down? However, I also want to accept the quest. Oh, why? I told you the quest is guaranteed to fail. Even if we help, it won't mean anything. First, from a scientific perspective, I reject Luna's concept of a predetermined fate and a fixed future. I recommend the latest paper stating that the world remains a distribution of probabilities until observation fixes the outcome. This is why I just can't get along with science nerds. Second, this is clearly an irrational and emotional desire. Even so, an emotional impulse has arisen impossible to ignore. I used to be the same. Before I met the Captain, Ashra, and Luna, I thought it was my fault my sister disappeared. Because I could not find a way to smile because I could not help my sister. I thought my sister had become disappointed in me and left for somewhere far away. But now things are different. Now I search for my sister by choice, not out of guilt. The client is like I used to be. She thinks everything is her fault. So this time it's my turn to help. Just as Captain, Ashra, and Luna help me. Smile. Perhaps as Luna says, we might not be able to complete the quest. But I do not think that makes it meaningless. Captain will help too, reassurance increased. I'm telling you, this isn't something even the Captain can fix, in just a snap. Just because the Captain is here doesn't mean we can change the future. No, wait. Maybe. No, I can't start thinking in maybes now. There you are. Oh, now she's here too. How did she even find us? I couldn't just let you and the rest of the Voyager Savior party leave like that, so I went looking for you. Maybe this is the chance of a lifetime for me, maybe even my last one. And I thought I might have let another huge chance slip away because I couldn't make up my mind. Hold on, I think you're getting the wrong idea. We're not as big as a deal as you seem to think. Fine, I'll be honest. I didn't see a single future where the quest succeeded. So all that stuff about this being a once-in-a-lifetime chance, that's just your imagination. I see, so this time, too, a bad outcome is already set in stone. Yeah, so don't expect to find a treasure just because you're with us. When I first fell under this curse, my fever was so high I could barely open my eyes. The doctor who examined me told my parents, your child may not make it through the night, so prepare for the worst. But I made it through that night, just barely, of course. Even after I got a little better, I was still in so much pain I could barely open my eyes. Then the doctor said I wouldn't make it through the week. And when I made it past 2 weeks, they gave me a month, and when I made it past 3 months, they gave me a year. And this time, I was told I definitely wouldn't make it to adulthood. Isla. Not once in my life have I ever been promised a good future. But I'm still alive, aren't I? Luna. After all, I still want to accept Isla's quest. Yeah, I want us to accept her quest too. Guess I have no choice. Fine then, if that's how everyone feels, let's give it a shot. But you shouldn't get your hopes up too much. The higher your hopes, the greater the disappointment. Yes, I know. Even so, I still want you to come with me. Because I'm prepared for whatever happens. I promise I won't be a burden, so... Fine, I get it. Why am I surrounded by so many idiots? So we're taking the quest then? Yeah, I mean, it's not like she'll turn back no matter what I say anyway. Excellent choice. I can't say so with certainty. Yes, thank you, I'll do my best. Isla beamed, took Smile's hand, and started bouncing up and down like a child. What's there to be happy about? Dark morning. After accepting Isla's quest, we wasted no time setting off in search of the Pirate King's treasure. Why are we in a construction yard? So there's really treasure in a place like this. Affirmative, the location it indicated on the map is. Smile had dragged us here, saying she knew exactly where it was the moment she heard the clues. Now she looked proud of herself. Ship graveyard. Why though? The treasure map includes an unclear map and 2 written clues. The first is the ship's final resting place. It says to dig beneath a stone marked with a moon. Yes, and the second says even if the end is already decided, seek the new path that can only be opened by those who choose to press onward. That's what it says. Aha, I get it. So the ship graveyard is the ship's final resting place. Simple, intuitive logic, even Luna could understand it. Then what about the second phrase? That is impossible to determine. For now. However, if we find a stone marked with the moon and dig beneath it, the answer may become clear. I see, I understand now. Then I'll start looking right away. The sun blazed overhead. It's hot. You kids holding up? Luna straightened up after searching between the steel structure and wiped away her sweat. Even with sandals on, the heat from the sun-baked ground is coming straight through. Since then, we had spent hours going through the area, but finding a single stone under Flora's blazing sun was no easy task, and we were making little progress. Flora's average temperature is indeed significantly higher than Noah's. Possible to infer the origin of Flora's custom of napping at noon. Yes, I suppose it's because the sun is too strong for people to be active outdoors during the day. So we're searching every inch of this place while everyone else is napping. Maybe cleaning the pool would have been way better. Doubtful Isla can withstand this heat in her current condition, and I may not be able to either. I'm alright. I can keep going, I won't fall behind, so please don't worry about me. Isla said, her pale, parched lips trembling. Her cold sweat and pallid face made it clear that despite her words, her body was reaching its limit. Let's take a short break then, and then keep looking. Isla, you shouldn't push yourself too hard. I'm not pushing myself, I really am fine. Besides, if we delay any longer, the pirates might catch up to us. As if to prove her point, Isla deliberately took a firm step forward. Isla, I'm sorry, I just let myself relax for a moment. I can walk properly now. Isla, you're pushing yourself too hard. Smile stopped Isla as she tried to go on ahead. Isla's face had grown far paler than before. Proper rest is also necessary to keep moving forward. Just then, Isla tried to force herself to take another step and broke into a violent coughing fit. Isla, there's blood. Hey, Sickly Miss, how about we head to the beach first and wash up that blood off your hands? But if we delay any longer, the pirates might. Force yourself to keep moving without rest will only slow us down. So quit being stubborn and let's take a short break first, okay? We'll figure out the rest later. Isla, are you okay? Yes, I took my medicine and the coughing has stopped, so I should feel better soon. Thank you for asking. Good, then we can rest here for a bit before we head out again, right? But is it really alright for us to rest like this? Now, you hesitated to accept my quest in the first place because you were worried it might take too long. And if this ends up taking longer because of me. Ow! You've got way too much going on in that tiny little head of yours. Listen, Sickly Miss, I just snuck a peek at the future. My foresight says, taking a little break here is the only way we can avoid the crisis ahead. Is that so? Yep, so whether you like it or not, we have no choice but to rest here for a bit. If you really can't stand sitting still, oh, I know. Those seashells that float up to the surface, you'd be much better off collecting those. Seashells? Yep, there's a pretty good chance some of them will be magic seashells. False magic seashells are nothing more than unscientific, irrational superstition. Clearly something adults made up to placate children. Is that right? We'll see about that. Just you wait, a blue seashell will float up to the surface any minute now. Still unconvinced, Smile and Isla began staring hard at the sea. And just as Luna said, a blue seashell soon floated to the surface out in the middle of the sea. You were right. Looks like she was telling the truth this time. This time, yeah. Then if we keep waiting, does that mean more seashells will float? One of them might be magic seashell, right? Given the odds, we can't ignore that seashell either. Dude, Smile gave in to magic seashells pretty quickly. Collecting them as they float up to the surface is rational. Alright, then I'll pick up any I see. Looking excited, Isla and Smile waded into the water and focused on collecting seashells as they surface one by one. Watching them, Luna finally seemed to relax, letting out a relieved sigh as she sank onto the sand. Getting that stubborn girl to take a break wore me out. Let's sit here and take a breather too, Captain. So that magic seashell story was a lie. Hard to say, I wouldn't call it a complete lie, I really did see the future. And in the future, those two really were in the water picking up the seashells. Of course, there's no way to confirm whether any of them were actually magic seashells though. Maybe it was Luna's own way of getting Isla to rest. So it was a white lie. A white lie, huh? I don't know about that. It was for a more selfish reason. Selfish reason than that. It's not exactly easy watching someone keep pushing toward a guaranteed failure either. Apparently, the future she had seen for Isla was still weighing on her. The future you saw for Isla, what exactly did it look like? Just like I said, I mean... Luna looks toward Isla, who was happily picking up seashells in the water. She watched Isla's slender back in silence for a while, then quickly changed her expression, turning to me with a smile. So we're destined to fail in the end. Shouldn't we at least enjoy moments like this while we can? I looked at Luna, smiling as casually as ever. I didn't know exactly what future Luna had seen, but if we believed our adventure was headed toward a future where failure was already decided, the moment I accepted that, I'd lose any reason to keep moving forward. We can still fight and find a way this doesn't end in failure. Wow, Captain, that's surprisingly idealistic of you. I went through a phase like that too, back when I still hoped for a future I'd seen might change. I kind of miss how innocent I was back then. Then, as if she were really reminiscing, she tilted her head back and looked up at the sky. Now that I've said it out loud, taking this quest is starting to feel like a pretty foolish choice. Hearing her say that, knowing how many unchanging futures and failures she must have witnessed, I began to worry that the future she's seen for Isla might end up in something worse than the quest failing. But just then, oh, Smile, there's another blue seashell floating over here. Cannot ignore this one either. Collecting them is rational. Alright then, I'll pick it up. With Smile's approval, Isla made her way toward the blue seashell, bobbing out in the water. Smile, I've got it. Huh? Isla grabbed the seashell and tried to lift it, only to stop short. Something wrong, Isla? Well, why won't this come loose? I will assist. As Isla strained until her face turned red, Smile joined in, and the shell finally popped free. We did it. That took so much effort. Maybe this really is a magic seashell, don't you think? Too early to be certain. Several possible causes: a difference between internal and atmospheric pressure, or coral snagged it beneath the surface. But it could still be a magic seashell. So I'll keep it in my pocket for now. It was just as Smile reached out to take the seashell from Isla. Suddenly, a huge wave crashed over Smile and Isla. Drenched in seawater by the wave, Smile and Isla came up sputtering. And before their eyes, a white, soft-looking round object slowly began rising to the surface. That is such a goofy-looking shark. It's upside down. Well, like the hidden mass beneath the tip of an iceberg, a massive shape rose from below the surface and cast a shadow over them. Once the enormous, unidentified object fully surfaced, it slowly turned until its black eyes were fixed on Smile and Aya. Oh. The creature let out a throaty growl, reached out with stubby arm, took the seashell from Isla's hand, and set it back on its belly. His eyes crinkled in satisfaction, then widened again as it glared at Isla. Sorry, I didn't realize it was yours. After shooting Isla a huffy sidelong glance, it turned away as if it lost interest and slowly moved off. Take care? That was close. Yes, that was quite a scare. I'm soaked from head to toe. Yeah, also soaked through. Is the map okay? Paper tears easily when wet, concerned about the map's condition after submersion. Oh, the map. Smiling, Isla took out the map she had been clutching to her chest. Despite Smile's concern, the map was dry and crisp without a single wet spot. Maybe this map doesn't get wet because the curse was sealed within it. Uh-oh. It wants the map too. Oh, you're back? The creature that had been moving away was suddenly back at Isla's side, eyes wide. Eyes fixed on the map in Isla's hand, it slowly circled the two of them. What's wrong? Suddenly it burst from the water and lunged at Isla, jaws wide open. Isla! It all happened so fast I sprang to my feet on instinct, but I knew I was too late. Isla, that was close. Thank goodness Smile was nearby. Smile had swiftly jammed Happy End into the creature's mouth and stepped in front of Isla. Step back. Smile. Extremely sharp teeth. Based on bite force and tooth structure, unmistakably a shark, a coastal apex predator. As soon as Smile finished speaking, the shark roared and clamped down harder. Thanks to Smile's quick action, neither of them were hurt, but the terrifying bite looked strong enough to chew through steel and split Happy End's surface at any moment. Smile, Isla. Luna, stay here. I sprinted toward the two of them who were still in the water. Captain, what are you doing? As I got closer to the shark's massive body, filled my vision, making its size feel all too real. Smile. I added my strength to Smile, pushing Happy End toward the shark. Its gaping maw and rows of vicious razor-sharp teeth came into clear focus. As its frenzied roar grew louder, a chill ran down my spine. Wait, that can't be right. I heard Luna mutter in shock from the beach. But a shark that inhabits Florida's coast should be non-aggressive toward humans. A new specimen detected exhibiting traits inconsistent with known sharks. Heard the confusion in Smile's voice. Traits of sharks. Come to think of it. Then I suddenly remember hearing somewhere that a shark's weak point is its nose. If one attacks, hit it hard without hesitation, create an opening, and get away. Smile, Isla, run. The shark took the hit to the nose, toppled backwards, and sent up a huge splash. Seizing the opening, I grabbed her hands and bolted out of the water. By the time my feet hit the dry sand, by the time my feet hit the hot, dry sand again, I've regained enough composure to take stock of the situation. Captain Smile, Isla, are you alright? Close call, but unharmed. So it's true sharks hostile to humans do exist along Flora's coast. Yes, thanks to you, Captain. Kinda looks like it's glaring at us. It can't come out of the water, can it? And even if it glares, what's it gonna do? It's not like it can come out of the water. Oh, what is that thing? Sharks are aquatic organisms, cannot survive out of water. But the shark seemed furious, glaring at us as it awkwardly scooted across the sand on its back. A miracle occurred. That can't be. Now's not the time for that. Run! The shark seemed to be getting the hang of moving on sand, chasing after us by working its tail fin as if it were swimming. Run! It's not as fast as I expected, huh? Maybe because it's out of the water? As Luna said, out of the water, the shark's massive weight seemed to make gravity hit it especially hard. It couldn't chase us very quickly. In fact, we could even back away at a leisurely pace. Each time the shark struggled forward, its white belly pointed toward the sky jiggled. Smile observed the sight with obvious fascination. Aggressive toward humans, capable of breathing and moving on land, and possesses considerably greater mass than an ordinary shark. Conclusion: specimen presumed to belong to a new unidentified shark species, based on weight, size, and confirmed ability to survive on land. Pending official classification, provisional designation: pig shark. Yes, now that you mention it, I did think its little arms look shorter than ordinary sharks. Perhaps that is because it's a pig shark. Wait a second, I think that shark is getting riled up. Hold on, would you two cut that out, pig shark? At least Luna seemed ready to say something mature, giving them a stern look as she stepped in. Yeah, exactly, if you tease it by calling it a pig. Going by Smile's explanation, it's a shark in the ocean, but on land it's a pig, right? And we should call it what it is, a pig. Dude, the name keeps changing. I'll apologize for them, so please don't. Yeah. Yep, that's to be expected. Run! The furious pig shark thrashed its way across the sand at full speed, hot on our heels. Why is that thing so fast? Technically, pigs aren't as slow as people think. Confirmed, this shark truly possesses the traits of a pig. And this isn't the time to analyze that. With the pig shark charging after us, jaws wide, we had to sprint to stay ahead of it. Isla. The big shark was so fast that it quickly closed in on Isla, who had fallen behind until it was almost within reach. Desperate to do something, I quickly scanned the area and spotted the seashell in Smile's pocket. I quickly snatched the seashell from Smile's pocket and threw it the other way. Burger! The big shark had been closing on Isla with its jaws wide open, but instinctively whipped its head around the flying seashell. Why the fuck did we call it a burger? Then it charged off in the opposite direction, even faster than when it had been chasing us. You saved us, Captain. How do you do that? If it's a pig. I figured there would be no way a pig would turn down a burger. Possibly a pig in shark form, further research required. That's wild. Where even are we? Even after the pig shark disappeared into the distance, we dragged our shaky legs onward for quite a while just to be safe. The big shark was not our only worry. The pirates, after Isla's map, could catch up to us any moment. We kept walking aimlessly, losing track of time until we realized the sun had already set. Exhausted, we decided to find somewhere to lie down and get some sleep. Isla was worried the pirates might catch up while we rested, but with not a single streetlight around, pushing on through the darkness could easily get us lost. And before long, Captain, over here, this way. Luna had found a cave concealed by thick brush along the secluded stretch of the coast. The far end of the cave opened onto the sea, but it still offered enough shelter from the sea breeze and morning dew to spend the night comfortably. A cave this secluded should be hard for the pirates to find. As expected, Luna has plenty of experience sleeping outside. Shelter selection expertise confirmed, right? Alright everyone, just pretend you're at home, lie down and get some rest. We've got another long day tomorrow. With that, we settled down for the night using the rough stone floor as our bed. Everyone, thank you for coming with me. We're simply carrying out the quest, no need to thank us so much. But enough of that, better to get to bed early so you kids get some sleep. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy too. I see, alright, I'll get some sleep then. Then good night. Smile and Isla's drowsy voices gradually drifted away. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I could make out their peacefully sleeping faces. Faint moonlight spilled through the open mouth of the cave, and I left the cool, damp sea breeze drift in. The chirping of summer insects and the waves breaking in the night began to draw my weary body to sleep. Captain, are you asleep? Luna's barely audible voice seeped through the haze of my fading consciousness. I barely managed to work my throat, producing only a faint hoarse sound. I see. Maybe she was still sorting through her thoughts as her silence stretched on. Only the gentle rhythm of the waves filled the cave. The steady rhythm of the waves made my eyelids grow heavy against my will. You know, after Isla picked up that seashell earlier, we were supposed to spend some time relaxing on the beach and then find somewhere nearby to stay for the night. That was how things were fated to go, but then some weird shark came out of nowhere and attacked us. And now we're spending the night in this cave we were never supposed to end up in, right? Of course, maybe it was just a 1 in a million exception. Still, Captain, am I being stupid again? But seeing her try that hard makes even me want to believe. And this time you're here too, Captain, so maybe. The cave held the damp, cool sea breeze, the gentle sound of waves, and the chirping of insects. Yeah, maybe. And judging by the tossing and turning, Luna didn't seem to sleep that much that night. Grave Island. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go feed my cats for lunch, so give me a few minutes, and yeah, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Grave Island. Captain, wake up. The sun is already high. Captain, you and Luna both like to sleep in, don't you? Smile, Isla. Seeing the two of them, the moment I opened my eyes, I forced my stiff body upright and tried to shake off my grogginess. Luna? Luna must have gotten cold overnight. Her body curled around my arm. She got pulled upright with me as I sat up. Luna, time to get up. Just 5 more minutes. Forget 5 more minutes. Luna clung to my arm like a barnacle without even opening her eyes. So I shook my arm hard to wake her. Get up already. Don't shake me, you're way too rough first thing in the morning. Luna, unsightly, get up. Luna, it's morning. No way, it's morning already, I need more sleep. Rubbing her puffy eyes, Luna peeled herself off my arm and reached for the ground. Huh? Yeah, it is morning, I'm wide awake now. No. Luna? No, that's not what happened, Captain. I just thought that our thing was the ground, so I'm enough already. You two are so close. Why can't we find it anywhere? We need to find it before the pirates or that weird pig shark catches up to us. We returned to the ship graveyard and spent hours searching for the stone marked with the moon. But it was all for nothing. Just wandering under the blazing sun without any real rest was exhausting enough. On top of that, the constant fear that the pirates or the pig shark could catch up at any moment was wearing us down even faster. Enough, I can't keep looking. I can't believe we're stuck searching for some rock that might not even exist. No sign of it anywhere. After crawling across the beach looking for the stone, Luna finally collapsed face down, completely spent. At this rate, I really might get a heat stroke. Ice cream. Smile collapsed beside Luna. With the sun blazing overhead, scorching sand underfoot, and not a bite to eat, we'd spent hours searching for the stone marked with the moon. No wonder we were on the verge of heat stroke. That's strange, I'm sure we searched everywhere, but we still can't find it. Isla sat down beside them and unfolded the map again. Or maybe we're supposed to factor in the second clue too, Smile. You know, the other clue from yesterday, something like when you think it's over, that's when a new beginning starts. Incorrect, but somehow still makes sense. Even if the end is already decided, seek a new path that can only be opened by those who choose to press onward. Original wording, a new path. If we're supposed to follow the second clue, maybe we need to head in a direction we never thought of as a path before. Maybe so. With that, we all put our heads together and started thinking. But I'm too hungry to think. Agreed, internal energy efficiency declining, immediate food procurement required. A small sound nearby made Isla visibly flinch, and she quickly got to her feet. Don't tell me the pirates are ready. What brings outsiders all the way out here? But despite her alarm, the person who appeared was an old man with a fishing rod. I finally feel alive again. Thanks for the meal. Thank you for treating us to a meal. We really appreciate it. Don't mention that my days are usually pretty quiet, so I'm glad to have so many guests. After I retired as a sailor, I built this cabin out here and have been living on my own. When I was younger, I used to go sailing whenever I got bored. These days, even that is too much, so I mostly just fish. You used to sail, then you've got a boat too, right? Sure do, haven't used it in ages, so it's sitting over at the ship graveyard nearby. Still, back in my day. Thanks to Luna's usual easygoing charm, conversation flowed non-stop around the table. Thank you for the meal. After quietly thanking the old man, Isla rose from her seat and came over to me. Then, Captain, now that I've eaten, I'll go ahead and see if I can figure out what the new path means. Please rest for a while, then come along with Luna and Smile when you're ready. Then we'll go with you. No, it's alright, I don't want you cutting your rest short because of me. You shouldn't push yourself and end up feeling worse, so please take your time. Before I could stop her again, Isla turned and strode off with determination. Luna watched Isla with an uneasy look.
As Ayla walked away, she tripped on a chair leg and stumbled. Luna, who had been watching her, quickly reached out to steady her. End up feeling worse, you're one to talk. Thank you, Luna. Then, as if giving in, Luna messed up her hair with both hands in frustration. Guess a little hardship isn't enough to make you turn back. Fine, I get it. Honestly, I still can't shake the feeling that this is really a stupid idea. But when you're trying this hard, I can't exactly just look the other way. As a thought, Luna put on a stern look as if she'd made up her mind about something. So, I can't just stand by and watch anymore, so the genius Oracle Luna herself is going to give you a better plan. Yes? Do you have a good idea? Of course, good ideas are my specialty. You were a sailor, so you know your way around maps, right? I see, the ship's final resting place, eh? We searched all over the ship graveyard, but just couldn't find it. Oh, so that's why you were there. But when sailors talk about the ship's final resting place, is there somewhere else? Old stories tell of ships swallowed by a strange current off Laura's coast. They say there's a small deserted island surrounded by old ships. We sailors had a name for the island, rumored to be the ship's final resting place. Grave Island. Grave Island. According to an old legend, Grave Island was where the Pirate King first docked when he settled in Flora. Well, they're all just old stories. Well, wait, if it's an island. Yes, boat required to get there. But we have no boat. Right, if it's across the water, how are you supposed to get there? If only there were a boat around we could use. A boat we could use. Oh. Huh? Right. We'd all turned to the old man, who was still deep in thought. You mean me? Ayla paid for the old man's boat, which had been sitting at the ship graveyard waiting to be scrapped. Then we made our way to a nearby beach and launched it without trouble. Aside from looking a little worn in places it's in great shape, isn't it? Yeah, it should be seaworthy enough. Amazing, Luna. Thanks to you, we found a real path forward. Oh, that was nothing. When it comes to the sea, ask a sailor. Following that lucky break, a contribution gives Luna too much credit. Also, excessive braking detected, now reluctant to praise her. Come on, Smile, praise me already. Ayla looked relieved as she watched Luna smile bicker playfully again. Still, I'm glad if we need a boat to reach the island, then the pirates won't be able to follow us that easily. That's true, Ayla, that's one less thing to worry about. Yes, cannot do much about the pig shark, which can move on both land and water. But eliminating one concern should reduce psychological burden. Maybe setting sail felt like the start of a new adventure. All three looked flushed with excitement. But then, they must have gone this way. There are footprints here. She made it pretty far, and not bad for a sickly little thing. Damn it, how far did that brat run with the map? I think the pirates are here. They already made it this far. What, already? Why are they so persistent? There's a boat anchored over there. Need to get off and find somewhere to hide. High risk of being spotted if we stay here. Then, where do we go? A cave this secluded should be hard for the pirates to find. Let's head for that cave. Tucked away on a remote stretch of shore and hidden by brush, the cave was easy to miss unless you knew the area. We got off the boat and quickly ducked into the cave. No one is here. Those little rats must be hiding somewhere on this boat. Search every inch. As soon as we slipped into the cave, we heard the pirates board the boat and started rummaging around it. Let's move quietly. While the pirates were busy searching the empty boat, we decided to quietly leave the cave and move somewhere else. I took the lead as we carefully moved through the cave. Where do you think you're going? Oh. Pirates suddenly appeared behind us, grabbed Ayla, and snatched the map from her hands. How did you? Any sailor worth his salt knows the local terrain. If you weren't on the boat, I knew this was where you'd run. Let Ayla go and give the map back. If we were going to hand it over that easily, we wouldn't have gone to all this trouble chasing it down, would we? But without that map, Ayla broke into a violent coughing fit. Keep this up and we'll have to settle things by force again, just like last time. They've already lost to us once. High probability that we will win again. Why do you take us for idiots? Come on out, boys. The pirates swung a sword as a signal. Before we knew it, more pirates came pouring in and surrounded us. Seems we were a little outnumbered last time, so I made sure to bring plenty this time. Go on, let's see you fight your way through this.
ちを呼んでるよ。やったー。疑問、夏の夜と花火の相関関係。疑問解決。
Nice. This thing, hold on. Okay.
ナイスショット、私。水分補給を頼みます。
Oh, dude, we shoot one of her freaking cat robots? Dude, that's wild. Oh man, that is wild. So yeah, when Smile shows up in the next banner, I think that she's gonna show up in the next banner, right? So I'm gonna roll for that character too. That way, run! When one of the pirates staggered and went down, we pulled it through the opening. The map! Isla! Isla rushed at the pirate to get the map back, and Luna followed after her. They broke through over there, everyone cut them off. You're not taking it from me. Fallen pirate clung to the map beyond him. A mob of pirates came charging toward us in what felt like slow motion. Luna, Isla. Captain, where are you going? Without hesitating any longer, I turned and ran for Isla. Then I snatched the map from the pirate and handed it back to Isla. Captain, let's go. Yes, thank you, Captain. Give that back. The fallen pirate threw himself at Isla, his face twisted with rage. I stepped in front of Isla, but I was too late. The pirate's fingers caught the edge of the map. The map. The map tore clean in half. You're not getting it. The pirate went sprawling when I shoved him back. Starling, he clenched the torn half of the map in his fist. Got them. An overwhelming number of pirates, too many of us to handle. Captain, Isla, we really have to go now. The pirates were right on our heels. We had to move now or face the whole mob again. Once the fighting started, it'd be hard to keep Isla safe in the chaos. And if they took the cave entrance, we'd be trapped inside. Come on, Isla. After a brief hesitation, I gritted my teeth, grabbed Isla's hand, and ran after Luna and smiled toward the exit. We barely made it back to the boat ahead of the pirates and scrambled aboard. Don't let them get away. I'll hold them off, raise the anchor. Luna smiled and Isla grabbed the line and pulled with all their might. A moment later, the heavy anchor broke the surface and the boat slowly pulled away. By the time I fought off the pirates trying to climb aboard, the boat was already well clear of shore. The pirate who'd been watching everything from behind gritted his teeth and lashed out. What are you doing? Swim after them if you have to. Get that map. But the current out there is too strong. Cut the crap, what kind of pirate whines about a little current? I see if they go that way. Fine, forget the chase, bring it back instead. Pirates watch our boat pull away with ominous looks, then apparently giving up on the chase, disappear one by one. Looks like we lost them for now. As the shore receded, Smile and Luna let out a relieved sigh and sank to the deck. That was a close one. I thought they were gonna catch us. For someone worried, Luna sure took off first. As expected, no one runs her when it's time to flee. Even as everyone else relaxed, Isla stared down at the half-torn map, unable to hide her worry. Isla, are you okay? Captain, yes, I'm alright, but I'm sorry I put everyone in danger over this map, and I still couldn't even protect it. Isla's face fell as she fiddled with the torn edge of the map. Okay, let's look on the bright side. Luna sprung to her feet and spoke up cheerfully. Sure, things aren't exactly great right now. We lost half the map and now we don't even know which way leads to Grave Island. But even so, we're all safe, right? That's what matters. Luna. First things first, we all need to stay safe, then we can figure out how to reach Grave Island and find the Pyro King's treasure, right? That's what the map said, remember? Even if the end is set, don't give up, find another way. Slight misquote, even if the end is already decided, seek the new path, and that can only be opened by those who choose to press onward. Anyway, instead of sitting around moping, we might as well have fun. And best of all, we're on an adventure to find the Power King's treasure. Adventures are supposed to be exciting. Wow. Alright then, onward to Grave Island, where the treasure's buried. Hard to port. Are you sure? Of course, if your gut says starboard, that's fine too. So you're going on instinct. And yet you're so confident you really are amazing, Luna. There's nothing amazing about that. But they say all the seas are connected. So if we keep sailing around, we'll make it to Grave Island eventually. No plan detected. It was the same childish, utterly unplanned Luna as always, but somehow that was enough to brighten the mood a little. You really are reckless, Luna. Isla, who'd been downcast ever since losing half the map, finally brightened too. Once we reach Grave Island, all we have to do is find Pirate King's treasure. That'll lift the curse, that'll solve everything. Yes, I'll try even harder. Still, I was glad to see that Luna's carefree attitude seemed to lift Isla's spirit. With some of our tension gone, we watched from the deck as the shore receded. Oh wait, the pirates, little more than specks in the distance, were still scrambling around. I squinted for a better look. The pirates who had disappeared were coming back with a massive cannon. Yes, likely a large culverin. Caliber estimated at 130 to 150 millimeters. Projectile weight around 8 kilograms. Barrel length roughly 4 meters. This ship is unlikely to withstand a direct hit. Huh. But they're so far away, they'll never hit us. Based on our data, our ship is just within range. They just lit the fuse. The sail hoisted! I spotted sail lines strewn across the deck. Pull! At my signal, everyone grabbed the lines and pulled together. 1, 2, heave ho! Fire! The blast shook the sea as the cannonball screamed toward our hull. The impact rocked the whole ship, sending splinters flying across the deck. It took a direct hit. That impact suggests a direct hit below the waterline. But look, I can see an island in the distance. I looked where Isla was pointing and saw a small island hanging on the horizon. We pulled for everything we had, but water was already gushing through the hole in the hull. Still used at this rate. Negative, too early to give up, Luna. There's still a way. What's the plan, Smile? The principle is simple. Use the recoil of Happy End Summer Editions. Summer Edition, modified for underwater use to generate thrust. The design is based on a sailing ship fitted with a Megatech engine. No more questions, seeing is believing. First, to maximize thrust from Happy End Summer Edition, ordering Meowbot number 1 and number 2 to begin bailing. Before Smile even finished speaking, 2 Meowbots I had a notice sprang into action, bailing water with buckets. Then Smile hoisted Happy End Summer Edition nearly as big as she was, and climbed onto the rail as the ship rocked. Smile, this is dangerous. No problem. Smile flashed a thumbs up, then aimed Happy End Summer Edition straight into the water. And then... Whoa! Every time Smile fired a Happy End Summer Edition, the massive recoil shook the entire ship. The force blasting into the water converted directly into thrust, sending the ship racing across the sea as if it were being forcibly shoved forward. Distance from the current position to presumed location of Grave Island, approximately 10 kilometers. Calculations complete. This rate, arrival at destination possible in approximately 15 minutes. Of course, sinking rate will continue to increase over time. Still firing repeatedly from the rail, Smile glanced at the bailing Meowbots scurrying around the deck as they bailed water. Isla, Luna, we had to pitch in and keep the ship afloat as long as possible. The moment I called out, we searched the deck for a cabin for buckets, then joined the Meowbots in bailing water. With everyone bailing, no need to worry. Happy End Summer Edition maximum output engaged. The moment Smile flashed, the engine roared and the ship shot forward. At full power, we were closing in on the island fast, just a little farther. This is the land finally seen within reach. An ominous crash sent a chill down my spine. What's going on, Smile? Error detected, entering a zone of unexpectedly strong currents. What does that mean? Brace for impact. We froze with our baskets in hand and stared at Smile. Oh, yeah, the ship was caught in the violent current and began rocking out of control. Sea water swept over the deck before we could react. The current was so strong we could barely stay on our feet. Splintered pieces of the hull were swept across the flooded deck by the rushing water. A massive wave capsized the badly damaged ship, throwing us all. And just like that, we sank beneath the waves. Okay, how many more stories there? This story's pretty long. Ooh, okay, so there is... So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 left. Okay, so we have this one, so, okay. No problem. Everything sounds muffled. Oh, so I have like crackers here. I'm just like snacking on. So if you hear any crunching, that's me snacking on my snacks. Everything around me is chaos, but down here it's quiet. I feel like I'm just floating. It doesn't feel so bad. Maybe I could just let myself drift. Through my blurred vision, I make out what's that same old beach, except this one's a little different. The shoreline is littered with shattered wreckage and the bare frames of ruined ships. Stop, he's awake. Are you alright, Captain? I have a few hard coughs forced to see water from my throat. When I came to, Luna stopped the chest compressions and patted my back until my coughing finally began to subside. You okay now, Captain? Yeah, thanks, Luna. Where are we anyway? Well... Everyone's face fell. What's wrong? Captain, one piece of good news and one piece of bad news. Which do you want first? No, never mind. I'll just start with the good news. Captain, listen up. The good news is I think we finally made it to Grave Island. Really? Yes, the current was unusually rough. Fast, wrecked ships are scattered everywhere. Every detail matches the old man's description of Grave Island. If that was true, the Power King's treasure had to be closed. I turned to Isla with a smile. But Isla gave me an awkward smile. You still haven't noticed. Well, at least you got to feel good for a moment. Oh no. Think back to what we were told about Grave Island. Come to think of it, the old man has said. Old stories tell of ships swallowed by a strange current off Florida's coast. They say there's a small deserted island surrounded by old ships. Grave Island was supposed to be deserted. If no one lives here, even if we find a Pirate King's treasure, there's no way off this island. No! Head was spinning, stranded on a deserted island with nothing around us. The one thing we'd dreaded most on this voyage had happened. Is there really no way off this island? Well, while you were out, Smile and I left you, and Isla took a look around. We were hoping to find a seaworthy ship to take us back. Yeah, but we couldn't find anything seaworthy. Conclusion, no way back at present. Food, water, warmth, all basic survival needs must be handled independently. On top of that, we'd just been attacked by the pig shark and the pirates, and our ship had sunk. After everything we'd been through for washing up here, we were a complete mess. Ow. None of us knew how we'd get through this. I let out a sigh of my own and took stock of the situation, but dwelling on our predicament wasn't going to change anything. Right, there has to be a bright side somewhere. Like, oh, the map you got back from me. I could have lost in the water, or it could have torn even more, but luckily I managed to hang on to it. Doing our best to sound upbeat, Isla reached into her clothes and took out the torn half of the map. Sure enough, the map looked no worse than when the pirates tore it in half. At least this is something to be glad about, right? We came all this way to find the Pirate King's treasure after all. We've been through a lot, but we made it to Grave Island, the ship's final resting place. Now we have to find the stone mark with the moon. After that, all we have to do is follow the map. It shouldn't be too hard. So let's hang on just a little longer and get through this together. Her voice trembled, but Isla was clearly trying to lift our spirits. I guess she's right, moping around won't change anything. Yeah, it's a small island. Finding the stone mark with the moon should not take long. We can worry about getting off this island after we followed the map and found the treasure. All we have to do is find a way. Thanks to Isla, Luna and Smiled shook off the gloom and found a resolve again. Now that the captain's up, I want to get back to hunting for the Pirate King's treasure. Yes, I can head out again right now. Alright, let's start fresh and go find that treasure. We can do this. We can do it. Let's go. Under the blazing sun, we found our resolve again. A few hours later. Too hot. Rapid fluid loss due to outdoor activity in extreme heat. Another half day without water, difficulty concentrating, headaches, and dizziness expected. Current recommendation, ice cream, also effective at lowering body temperature. Here, drink this, Smile. Lukewarm. Still seated, I dribbled coconut water into Smile's mouth as she lay limp at my feet. We spent hours combing the beach despite our exhaustion, but the stone marked with the moon, that was still nowhere to be found. Isla, your cough's getting worse, even with the medicine. Here, have a sip. Thank you, Luna. Isla sat down beside us and reached for the coconut Luna held out. Wait, Isla, your hand. As Isla reached for the coconut, Luna grabbed her hand and froze, eyes wide. I followed Luna's gaze to Isla's fingertips. Her nails were cracked and spotted with blood, and the scraped skin around them was red and swollen. Oh, I thought the stone marked with the moon might be buried in the sand, so I got a little carried away digging. I'm fine, you don't need to worry, it doesn't hurt at all. Like she'd been caught hiding something, Isla pulled her hand free and hid it behind her back. What do you mean you're fine? Your cough's only gotten worse. Agreed, at this rate you may collapse from exhaustion even sooner. Isla, I recommend you stop pushing yourself. I know, but I'm not tired at all. 4 years all I did was wonder how long I'd be stuck in my room. But now I'm outside searching for treasure with all of you. I've never felt more alive than I do right now. Besides, thanks to all of you, I've gone a lot better. I'll go back to looking for that stone. So rest a little longer and join me when you're ready. Isla coughed softly, smiled, and then dashed back into the blazing sun. That kid is stubborn as a mule, I swear. You know, she was pushing herself even while the rest of us were passed out. Before I even came to, I felt someone pressing down on my chest. When I finally opened my eyes, there she was. I asked what she was doing, and she said there might still be seawater in my lungs. All the while, she was coughing even worse than me. She's so frail, but she tries so hard, it breaks your heart. Now she's gone and given me one more thing to worry about. Luna grumbles playfully, then broke into a smile. So we're not letting her show us up. Come on, you two, we'll have to hustle to keep up with her. Above Luna's radiant smile, the sun continued to blaze overhead as if refusing to be outshone. I gathered my strength and was just getting up to resume the search when... What's wrong, Luna? Wait, Smile, doesn't it look like there's something under the captain? Luna, maybe. Yeah, maybe we've been focusing too much on the area out in the blazing sun, Isla. Luna, Smile, what is it? At Luna's call, Isla returned from where she'd been digging through the sand. I recommend you stay calm and listen. We may have found a stone marked with a moon. Really? Oh, but I don't see it anywhere around here. Where could it be? Right there. Smile and Luna raised their hands and pointed in one direction. They were both pointing at me. There, right where you're sitting. I thought I saw the stone marked with a moon peeking out from under you. Captain, lift your butt. We need to dig underneath. If that's the case, please move. Wait. The three of them charged at me, shoved me aside, and began digging furiously where I've been sitting. Hole now 50 centimeters wide. Next, I'll use a nearby branch to probe inside. Right here, just a little deeper. And so the three of them got completely carried away digging. There are three separate holes, kept widening until they merged into one massive pit. Then once the pit was nearly as deep as Smile was tall. Here, there's something here. At last, deep in the pit, we found a bulging cloth pouch and a notebook whose owner was unknown. Ah. This is... Ella pulled the notebook from the pit and opened it. This looks like a ship's log. A ship's log. As eyes widened as she froze as she reads mysterious log. Ayla, what's wrong? Well, this handwriting. It looks like my mother's. The Pirate King spent his life roaming the seas destined to rule them, but meeting the StarSavior inspired him to settle on a small island and found the underwater city of Flora. He loved Flora so deeply that he wanted it to remain a paradise free of even the slightest sorrow. So he sealed all of Flora's remaining misfortune within a single piece of parchment. But to also prepare for the possibility that someone might accidentally break the seal one day and fall victim to the curse. On the parchment, he also marked the resting place of a treasure imbued with his blessing, one capable of breaking the curse. He then entrusted the parchment to his subordinate, Florin, warning him to never let word of it reach the outside world. Over the years, the truth became distorted. The rumors around that parchment was a map to the Pirate King's treasure. Only after reaching the island did we learn the full truth behind the rumor. It filled us with hope. We were certain that finding Pirate King's treasure would break our daughter's curse. Even after rough currents and countless reefs left our ship badly damaged. We searched the island, frantically clinging to the hope that the Pirate King's treasure that could save her was finally within reach. At least we found the stone marked with the moon that led us to the Pirate King's treasure. Mother, father. After reading the entire page, Ayla looked down into the pit. The pouch buried with the log was still there. Ayla, it's here. Smile quickly picked up the pouch and handed it to Ayla. And trembling, she took the pouch, took a few deep breaths and opened it. What is this? Looking confused, she reached inside and pulled something out. Silver coins. Yes, it's nothing but silver coins. Strange, the Pirate King's treasure meant to break the parchment's curse is nothing but ordinary riches. But looks can be deceiving. Simply touching the coins may have already broken the curse. Ayla, any signs the curse was lifted when you touched the item? I'm not sure, I couldn't tell. Ayla, does the log say anything else, like how we're supposed to use the treasure to break the curse? Wait, there's one more page. Only did Ayla notice the final page, she hurriedly began reading. But the Pirate King's treasure buried beneath that stone was not what we had hoped for. There's ordinary silver coins with no trace of any blessing or magic. They were enough to change the fate of whoever found them. Enough to make them rich overnight. But to us, that wealth was simply another name for despair. Our ship was badly damaged with no way off the island in sight. And the Pirate King's treasure we had searched for, so desperately for, believing it would break our daughter's curse, was nothing more than ordinary silver coins. So we buried this treasure again in the pit where it once lay, along with our final log entry. We pray for our poor daughter. We pray that Ayla never comes looking for this treasure, if we don't find a way off Grave Island soon. Mother, father. Ayla closed the logbook with a hollow sigh and sank to the ground. Ayla. The pouch buried along the ship log lay in front of her. It was the pouch her parents had come to call despair after their search for a treasure that could break their daughter's curse. Still sitting on the ground, Ayla opened the pouch again and stared inside. She stared into it with empty, disbelieving eyes. So this is the Pirate King's treasure. Just ordinary silver coins with no blessing or magic at all. This is it. This is supposed to be the Pirate King's treasure. And my parents all for this worthless pile of silver coins. My parents, we weren't looking for riches. If this is the treasure the Pirate King left behind, then my curse. Ayla stared blankly into the distance, then realized she should hit. Deep regret flashed in her wide eyes. Nothing ever changes. Ayla clutched her head in anguish. Without a treasure to break my curse, what am I supposed to do now? What was all that effort even for? Still doubled over, she sobbed until a hollow laugh escaped her, like she'd finally lost her mind. Her cracked, swollen fingers ground the torn half of the treasure map deep into the sand. Ayla, don't lose hope. There's still a chance the real treasure is buried somewhere else, right, Luna? Luna? In this game of fate, every piece was destined to end up here. Just like always. I knew this would happen. I never should have taken this quest. Fate. Why did I ever think someone like me could defy fate? There was never any treasure that could break the curse. I only fooled myself into believing there was still hope. I don't know what to believe anymore. Ayla. Her breathing grew ragged as she lay face down in sand, and her body went limp and she rolled onto her side. I lifted Isla into my arms. The treasure map she'd held so dear was still crumpled in her raw, swollen hand. Looks like she passed out. Luna didn't seem the least bit surprised. She calmly picked up the logbook and coin pouch and gazed down at them. See, this is exactly what I hate. Luna. It was a stupid idea after all. With that, Luna turned and strode off with the 2 items. We walked along the beach for a while with Isla in my arms. Luckily, we found a small cave before sunset. Isla came to not long after we settled into the cave, but hydration required Isla drink this coconut water. Isla pulled a medicine sachet from her waist and carelessly emptied it into her mouth. Aside from the medicine, she ate and drank nothing for hours. She just lay there like a corpse staring into space. Luna watched Isla stare blankly ahead, then let out a deep sigh and stood up. I'm going to clear my head. Luna. Smile's hand stopped midair as she reached for Luna. She sat beside Isla, her gaze lingering on Luna's retreating figure until she disappeared from view. Captain. Yeah? I've never seen Luna look that sad before. Have you? No. I don't understand human emotions very well. I'm not human. So it's hard for me to tell how Luna feels just from her expression. But even I can tell she's sad. Smile looked at me with her usual blank expression, but the sadness in her eyes was impossible to miss. I don't like seeing Luna hurt. So Captain, could you save Luna? Like you saved me? I wasn't sure I could. Even still, I ran out of the cave with no idea where I was going. The pitch black sea stretched ahead with nothing in sight. I ran so desperately that I couldn't even hear the waves over the pounding of my own footsteps. And thankfully, before long... Luna. Oh, Captain. I found Luna walking alone along the shore, lost in thought. Why'd you come running like that? I was afraid I'd lose you. Lose me? We're stranded, remember? It's not like I can go anywhere. We already lost, we already know how this is going to end. You don't have to try so hard. Luna looked down at her feet. Moonlit water washed over her pale feet, then receded in white foam. Because no matter how hard you try, nothing changes. Nothing. But, why do you think that? You could be wrong, just this once. The steady rhythm of the waves filled the silence between us. Luna raised her head and gazed out at the horizon. Once the future has been observed, it cannot be changed. That's the law of the universe, the natural order of things. Even if the path changes, even if things stray a little along the way, the destination never does. Luna closed her eyes and let out a quiet breath, as if silently repeating those words to herself, and she turned to me. Isla won't make it through the night. That's her ending, the one we have to face. Then what about how we were going to break Isla's curse together? Yeah, you saw it too, there's no way to break it. It's tragic, but that's her fate. She won't overcome the curse, in the end, she'll die alone. Then we'll try again, we'll find some way to... If trying hard could change it, they wouldn't call it fate, would they? It's not like I haven't tried, Captain. But no matter how many times I try again, an ending that's already set never changes. So you should let go of the false hope that trying harder will somehow be enough. Hope always lies beside despair. But Luna, you hoped this time would be different too. I thought back to how unusually driven Luna had been throughout this adventure. She'd thrown herself into finding Grave Island, swearing she wouldn't lose and smiling brighter than the sun. Yeah, I did. Even knowing how it would end, I wanted to cheer Isla on. Part of me still hoped things might turn out differently, so I went along with her. I knew all along that hope would only drag me deeper into despair. I'd already lived through the same fixed future over and over, and still I found myself believing. Behind Luna, the sea shimmered in even deeper blue beneath the moonlight. You changed the future, my future. It was a miracle. I let myself believe that maybe one more miracle was still possible. Tears welled up in Luna's eyes, but never fell. Instead, she forced a smile. But look, I was wrong again. In the end, all that struggling was for nothing. Luna let out a bitter laugh at herself for getting her hopes up again. Pessimism all this time had come from her delusionment with the fixed future. This time too, Luna had given up hope as she always had, but seeing Isla so determined to defy fate, she found herself hoping again before she knew it. Amid the same despair she endured time and time again. If changing the future with me felt like a miracle, and if that miracle had made her believe the future could be changed, then I'll change it. We're already past the turning point, Captain. Even if you pull off another little miracle now, once a fate is sealed, her words were calm and unwavering. All that remained was the quiet sorrow of someone who lived through it all before. But I'll change it. I didn't care whether we'd passed the turning point or already headed for the end. Whether the world came to an end or began anew, it made no difference to me. If all I could change, the future can never be changed. Even if all I could do was wipe that sad smile from Luna's face, that alone would be enough. Closed my eyes for a moment. Beyond my eyelids, stretching nothing but an empty pitch-black sky. Beneath it stood a lone figure, sending a beam of light to the heavens. Again and again, until the dark sky glittered with starlight once more. And I realized I felt the same way now. I'll change it, I swear. How? I don't know yet, but yeah, I thought so. Luna looked up at the moon, her face blank as if she hadn't expected anything. You can't change fate no matter how hard you try. Tomorrow and the day after, that moon will still hang in the sky. But do you think it'd vanish tomorrow, or that there'd suddenly be 2 moons, 3? Well, once you've seen the future, it's no longer unknown. That's when you realize just how foolish it is to keep hoping. Then I'll give you a reason to hope, then I'll make the future unknowable again. I'm asking how. Luna asked without a hint of curiosity, stepped in front of her, and declared without hesitation, "Go ahead, look into the near future. I'll change every bit of it." Really never change. I can play along, but it'll only lead to more despair. That's fine. I wasn't certain. I didn't think a little miracle would happen so easily either. But even so, I had to prove it here and now. I'll show you that the future you saw isn't the whole story, a moment that defies fate. You'd really go that far. What do you want, Captain? Hope that can change, hope that the future can change, that's all I need for now. You dragged me into another dumb stunt. Despite her words, Luna looked bitter as she closed her eyes and peered into the future. A moment later, Luna quietly opened her eyes. Well? What were you expecting? All I saw was the same sea as always. A quiet world beneath the same old night sky. So how are you going to change that? He glanced at her skeptical face, drew a sharp breath, and shouted toward the moon in the sky. Let there be a miracle. My embarrassing shout didn't even get an echo. No matter how loudly I shouted, all that answered me was the same unchanging sky and sea. I told you, you can't change anything. She lost interest and turned away. Now let's go back. Isla doesn't have much time left. We should stay by her side for now. It might make it a little easier to bear. Now Luna started to head back, her steps heavy with loneliness. Still feeling a little awkward, I traced her footprints in the sand until I spotted a crab scuttling into his burrow. As it retreated deeper into the hole to escape the light, I couldn't help thinking how pathetic it looked. Something about the sudden brightness felt strangely familiar, so I looked up. And then... Luna. What, want to try again? Fortunately, I'm not in the mood anymore. Look at the sky, hurry. I stopped Luna as she turned away and had her look at the sky. Why, what's up there? The waves fell silent as if holding their breath. The air began to pour. And then, the moonlight was bathing everything in an even brighter glow. Reflected in Luna's eyes was the impossible sight of 2 moons in the sky. 2 moons? But how? Luna stared in disbelief, rubbing her eyes again and again before finally squeezing them shut. The sight before us shattered everything I thought I knew. Unable to believe it either, I closed my eyes as well. In a moment I did, long forgotten memories came flooding back. When I opened my eyes again, I saw 2 moons and Luna's face radiant beneath their light. Captain, well? Ready to bet on me now? Fragments of memory flashed through my mind, followed by a familiar headache. I shoved the tangled memories aside and flashed Luna a confident grin. Whether the world was about to end or not, or no longer mattered. What mattered most to me was showing Luna that it was okay to hope. I'd rather let her hope for one more miracle, even if it ended in despair, than leave her with that calm, resigned smile. Captain, the tears she'd been holding back started to spill down her cheeks. Captain, Luna. Just as Luna was about to open up, Smile came running toward us, shouting. Luna quickly raised her arm and wiped away her tears. What is it, Smile? Something wrong with Isla. Uh-oh. We rushed back to the cave with Smile and found Isla gasping for breath. Isla stated she needed to clear her head and was going out for a walk, but she didn't come back, so we went looking. Smile opened her hand and showed us a torn packet of medicine. Crumbled and torn, it was still packed with the pills Isla had been taking. Retrieved the pills scattered beside Isla after finding her collapsed by the shore. Torn medicine sachet with pills scattered all around it, that would mean... Yeah, it looked like she was trying to throw them away. Don't tell me that Isla seemed to come to, coughing hard as she sat up. Smile quickly offered her the medicine, but Isla refused to take it. I don't need it. There's no point in holding on any longer, nothing's going to change. Isla's temperature is dropping, this is dangerous. It's okay, it's all over anyway. Isla caught her breath as her coughing eased for a moment. Maybe I knew all along that it was all pointless. I was arrogant enough to think I could change things and selfish enough to want to live. If I'd known it would end like this, I never would have tried so hard. But Isla, Luna, I'm sorry for being so stubborn. I didn't know I only had until tonight. What? Isla's eyes were full of sadness, but she held back her tears and forced a smile. I'm sorry I didn't mean to overhear you. I realized too late that all our efforts were for nothing. Isla, you can't give up. You said you can't change fate no matter how hard we try, right? Maybe I underestimated fate. Her words were calm and unwavering. She wore the quiet resignation of someone who'd lived through it all before. But what a miserable end. A sad smile across her face. All that's left is to wait for tonight to pass. So really, I'm okay. After all, there's nothing difficult about waiting for the end. I guess you're right. Waiting for the end is easy. Luna had been silent the whole time, her expression unreadable but she slowly smoothed out every crease in the half of the treasure map Isla had been clutching. It's already decided how this ends, so nothing else matters. All I have to do is let go of any hope of changing it, let go of the thought that this might be different. Despair is inevitable, and facing what you already know is coming isn't so hard, is it? Luna's blue eyes rested on the map, but her gaze seemed fixed on somewhere far beyond. No hope, no expectations, just wasting what's left of this dull, meaningless life, until the ending that's already been decided for me finally comes. That's what I thought I had to do. Then she stopped smoothing the map and turned back. But then I just had to meet the greatest gambler in Lavistar. She turned and smiled at me, and I decided to make the biggest bet of my life with him. I'm putting my entire dull, meaningless future on it. Not with the sad smile of someone who'd given up, but with a triumphant grin. What about it? Want to bet too? She held out the map, now smooth flat to Isla. I don't understand what you mean. No, what good would it do now? Once tonight is over, so am I. I don't want to keep hoping for something that might never happen. I see. Alright, then I'll show you just how intense tonight is going to be. Come on. Hey, Luna, what are you doing? Luna took Isla's hand and led her out of the cave. We followed close behind. Luna, I can't go on. Look, Isla. A sky like this, tonight might never end. Only then did Isla notice how unusually bright the moonlight was. She looked up. Her eyes opened wide. How could there be two moons? A perfect miracle that wasn't the future it saw. Even so, fate may demand an even greater miracle than this. We might still come up just short again. But just look at that. You can't call yourself a gambler if you see this and don't go all in. Luna handed the now flat treasure map back to Isla. So Isla wanted to fight fate with us. Luna, if your fate says you won't make it through tonight, then let's make this a night that never ends. If your ending says there's no treasure that can break the curse, then let's go and find one that can bless you with a long life. Isla's gaze wavered as the treasure map trembled in Luna's hand. Let's keep widening the cracks in fate little by little. I don't know if it'll work, but let's see it through together all the way to the end. Yes, I want to live on. And in the unusually bright moonlight, the light returned to Isla's eyes. Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. As Luna smiled at Isla, her eyes shone as brightly as the moonlight. They're all thinking. Before it was all renewed, we got right back to searching for Pirate King's treasure. That pouch of silver coins is unlikely to be the Pirate King's treasure. The map had two instructions. One read, find a stone marked with the moon buried at the ship's final resting place. Dig beneath it. We followed it to Grave Island, dug beneath the stone, and found a pouch full of silver coins. Yeah, that's right. But the map had one more instruction. Even if the end is ready to decide to seek a new path that can only be opened by those who choose to press onward. If the first instruction is alone led to the treasure, the second one would serve no purpose. By that logic, the pouch of silver coin probably isn't the real Pirate King's treasure. Then how we find the real treasure? Simple. When lost, return to the starting point, basic principle. We need to retrace our steps from the beginning. Following Smile's logic, we return to the Pirate King's treasure map, where this whole adventure began. Could we have taken a wrong turn somewhere? Without the other half of the map, finding the right path won't be easy. Unlikely, but worth considering. After fiddling with the coins in the pouch for a while, Luna finally pointed to a line text along the edge of the map. It's not just the wording, the meaning bothers me too. Talks about the end being decided and a new path that can only be opened by those who choose to press onward, right? I've got a feeling it isn't telling us to just follow the map. Oh, what is it? Normally you'd have forgotten everything we said 5 minutes ago. Luna, when did you get so smart? Yes, this isn't like you at all, Luna. Yeah, you're definitely someone else. What's with that reaction? I can use my brain when I need to. That's a lie. Give us back the real Luna. Oh, you little. As the two slip back into their usual bickering, Isla finally relaxed enough to laugh. They stop you two is dangerous. Huh? As he horsed around, the silver coins in Luna's hand slipped free and fell to the ground. And then she picked it up with a puzzled look and began turning it over in her hands. What's wrong? You know what, Captain? You know I'm always dealing with money, right? Borrowing money for bets, getting in debts with loan sharks. The two are basically the same thing. Anyway, I've handled more silver coins, no, more coins than I can count. I've never heard of a coin make a sound like that. Even the other coins in this pouch didn't feel like this one. Feel like what? Like it isn't made of metal. It's way lighter than a normal coin, too. Smile took 2 silver coins from the pouch in one hand and then closed her eyes, focused on the sensation of on her fingertips. The difference is slight, but these two don't weigh the same. Then does that mean one of them isn't a real silver coin? I can't be sure, but it looks like there are both real and fake silver coins in this pouch. Even so, there's no way to sort through all these. It'd be nice if there were an easy way to tell. Look at Smile. She nodded as if she had the same thought. If it isn't metal, there might be a way to confirm it scientifically. Yes, Captain, that's right. Luna, remember when you dropped your wallet in the sea and had to search for it? Coins made of metal alloy are too dense to float. We just need to see which ones float. But the lighter fake coins might get swept away by the wave. And in the end, if they're not metal, they could still be made of something that sinks. Then we lose the evidence we worked so hard to find. Valid point, too risky to attempt without confirmation. But if that's not it, I don't see how these silver coins are supposed to help us press onward and find a path, even if the end is ready to decide it. Now to think of it, if the end is ready to decide it. Luna studied the pouch of silver coins, then her eyes widened as if she just realized something. Isla, I think we're meant to put these in the sea. But what about everything we just said? We only need one shot, one bet on me. I might be able to pull off a miracle too. Isla looked at Luna anxiously, then clenched her fists. Even if these stupid coins are real, I won't be around to spend them after tonight, so yes, I'll bet on you. Isla took the coins from Luna and strode toward the sea. Okay, here we go on 3. Well, we all tossed them in. 1, 2, 3. 3. The points all fell into the sea at once, sending out small ripples. And moments later. Wow. One by one, the coins rose to the surface and formed a long line. It stretched toward the second moon, gleaming silver white in its light. The coins are floating. Just as I thought. What's with that skeptical look? The map's second line said the end is already decided, considering the fact that the Pirate King roamed the seas. I figured the invisible new path had to be out there on the water. Rather illogical explanation. It's my own little miracle. Miracles don't need logic. Yes, just like you said, new path must be the trail made by the silver coins. One problem, even if we follow this path, there's nothing at the end. Could be underwater. If so, we may have to swim. Then you can wait on shore, Smile. The rest of us can go without you. Sorry, Luna, I'm not much of a swimmer either. What? You too, Isla? Once the excitement of solving the map secret wore off, we started wondering how we were supposed to follow the coins. Then something hazy began to appear at the end of the trail. It looks like a ghost ship. A wrecked ship that hadn't been there before, floated on the water completely intact. Looks like we found our answer. No one had to say it, we were all brimming with hope. Let's go. Yeah. Trying to contain our excitement, we strode toward the ship. That Pirate King's treasure that can break Isla's curse has to be inside. No, I could have sworn I saw that familiar shark fin slicing across the horizon again. Okay, how far are we now? Let's see. Oh, almost there. Okay, just these two. Okay, no problem. No problem at all. From the outside, the shipwreck looked ready to sink at any moment, but inside it was surprisingly in good shape, aside from the massive hole. A shipwreck just appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the ocean, and there's no one on board. The whole ship is empty. I think I read about these in a book. They called them ghost ships. Ghost ships are nothing more than a baseless maritime superstition. This is merely an optical illusion created by the moonlight and reflections of the waves. You're not saying that because you're scared, are you, kiddo? Negative, I'm not scared. I only discuss phenomena backed by scientific evidence. While the two bickered as usual, Isla looked up from the map and surveyed the wreck's interior. Still, it really is creepier than I expected. She was right, the sea breeze moaning through the massive hole made even the otherwise well-preserved wreck look unsettling. Are you sure the treasure's this way? Yes, I'm sure. This route leads below deck, right where we are. Right where we are now. And according to the map, somewhere around here. Luna jumped and wrapped her arms around Smile. Oh, you're heavy, Luna. What was that? What happened? Sorry, I stepped on something. Still focused on the map, Isla lifted her foot, revealing a loose piece of metal plating on the deck. So that's all it was. You scared me. Luna was the one scaring everyone with all that ghost ship talk just a minute ago. Alright, you two, let's focus on finding the treasure. Of course, I was just as eager to get off this wreck and away from its eerie howling. Where could it be? We've checked everywhere it could be, but there's nothing. Maybe we can't pinpoint it with half the map. I'm sorry, if only I had taken better care of it. Don't be hard on yourself, Isla. Pirate King's treasure is definitely somewhere nearby. Fortunately, this unusual phenomenon has improved nighttime visibility. Locating the treasure should not take long. Exactly, it's not like we can leave this island anyway. So don't worry, Isla. Okay, then I'll keep looking for it. At least no one seemed to be too discouraged by the fact we had no way off the island. With our resolve renewed, we split up to search the wreck for the Pirate King's treasure. I'll search over here, keep at it, everyone. Okay, I'll search the same area again. Once again, I turned toward the sound coming from somewhere unexpected. I figured Isla had gone lost in the map again and stepped on something. I stepped on another piece of plating. Oh, Isla, did you step on another chunk of plating? That's what you get for walking around with your eyes glued to the map. Keep it up and you'll trip. Watch where you're going. Luna had apparently reached the same conclusion without even glancing toward the noise. She kept digging through a chest in the corner. Luna? Yeah, don't just stand there, Captain. Back me up. What if she trips out? Look, Luna casually replied as she rummaged through the crate. Finding nothing, she turned to move on, only to walk straight into something and bounce back. What's this? There's something here. It's squishy but firm. Huh. It makes noise too. Where'd this thing come from? How'd this thing get in here? After enduring one poke too many, the enormous shape turned and bared its vicious jaws at Luna. Not a shark again. The shark let out a thunderous roar and heavy footsteps closed in around us. Now its torches surrounded us, illuminating the area. Found you at last. Several familiar faces emerged from the surrounding men, walked over to the shark beside us and patted it on the head. Good boy, all those burgers and spoiling you rotten, I paid off. They're the reason it's fat, yo. Come on, it lays around all day, does one thing right, and suddenly it's a hero? That's why you reward good behavior. Now he'll know to do it again. The pirate tossed the burger into the air, and the enormous shark snapped it up with practiced ease, with ease of a trained pet. So that shark belongs to you. You had to tail us. Yeah, your course and our half the map were enough to get us to Grave Island, but we had no clue where to go from there. We only had to tail you just in case. Never thought it'd pay off as well. Had to find the Pirate King's treasure. So hand it over the map before you get hurt. Pirates fanned out around the shark in practice formation. Come on, big guy, time to show them what you can do again. Hold us off and you'll get more burgers than you could eat in a lifetime. Luna smiled. Perfect timing, we need the other half of the map anyway. Our chance to recover the missing half of the map. Hell yeah.
疑問夏の夜と花火の相関関係疑問解決水分摂取を提案クーリングシステム稼働水分摂取を提案
Damn, dude.
こういうのがまさにバカンスの醍醐味
Damn, Smile. What the? Okay, she's pretty insane. Light hits first, the summer sun hammering straight down overhead, then the ground gives. Sand curling warm between my toes, and... Oh well, we're at the ocean. Yep, the ocean. What does Smile said look so sad? The same old ocean. The ocean. So wait, what happened? Without warning, Luna burst into laughter she'd been holding back. Sorry, come on, don't all look miserable. Let's perk up, okay? All we have to do now is squeeze every last bit of fun out of this vacation. Correct, Ashura is scheduled to arrive by train tonight. Plus, Isla paid us generously for the quest. We have more than enough to enjoy the rest of the summer vacation. After returning the captured pirates to the city authorities, Isla sailed us back to the beach in Flora. What about you, Isla? I have to believe my parents found their way off Grave Island too, that they refused to surrender to fate just like me. Maybe they escaped and got stranded on another deserted island, or maybe they're somewhere too far away to contact me. This time, I want to set on another adventure for them, or not myself. I'm going to ask the man who lent us the boat if he'll captain my next voyage. Yeah, I see. I'm sure. You'll find a brighter future. Oh, is that a prophecy from the great Luna herself? Who knows? Either way, you can trust a genius oracle like me. Before we parted, Isla gave us a generous reward for lifting her curse. She even paid us the full amount of her wager as bonus, so our party funds were practically overflowing. Or it should be. Wait, if our pockets are that full... Luna! Luna, has your criminal repertoire expanded to theft? Sure enough, Luna had her hands deep inside our now bulging party purse. Step away from the money. Does that mean Luna is already siphoning off casino funds because she lacks self-control? Well, that's not what I'm doing, just how little faith do you have in me? I was separating our spending money from the rest so we wouldn't have to lug the whole fortune around. Really? Deception, Captain, do not allow the con artist to manipulate you. I'm not lying, I was just making sure we'd be prepared for Ashura's arrival. Oh really, preparing for Ashura's arrival, huh? Huh? Captain, Luna just used words that should not exist in her vocabulary. Negative behavioral inconsistency detected under normal circumstances. She would never plan as far ahead as Ashura's arrival. Normally, you'd be right, but I made a promise to Isla on our way back from Grave Island. Come to think of it, I was glad to be heading back, but staying below deck was rough seas. In those rough seas had left me seasick. Hoping some fresh air would calm my stomach and drag myself up onto the deck. I see. Spot Isla and Luna sitting together at the bow, facing the sea and chatting quietly. They seemed to be enjoying their conversation, so I decided not to interrupt and sat down nearby to settle my stomach. Yeah, Isla, just like seeing the world outside your window made you want to keep living, I realized something. Because of the strong gusts, I could only hear fragments of their conversation. Not wanting to eavesdrop, I tried to give them some privacy, but the more I tried to move, the worse my sickness became, so I had no choice but to remain sprawled where I was. Luna. The cool breeze and the sound of the waves struck the hull. Between the breeze and the waves, fragments of their voices reached me, strangely putting me at ease. But we've seen it for ourselves, haven't we? For us. Their voices were so calming that I must have closed my eyes without realizing it. Oh, Smile, look over there. Could that be another magic seashell? Gotcha. You con artist. You're the fool for falling for it again. After treating ourselves to ice cream as part of our luxurious vacation, we finally hit the water. Smile insisted we were conducting field research on magic seashells, not playing in the water, but gotcha. Smile, you. Luna's the fool for falling for it again. Whatever Smile chose to call it, anyone could see that she was absolutely playing in the water. Wait, what's wrong, Smile? The pink seashell I picked up earlier is missing. I likely dropped into the water by accident. You mean the pretty pink one you like more than all the others? I did not like it because it was pretty. Its coloration was statistically unlikely to occur in nature. I merely estimated that it was the specimen most likely to be magic seashell. Want me to find it for you? A beauty like me can do more than swim. I'm a great diver too. Correction, first, no objective metric supports classifying Luna as a beauty. Second, as stated before, not recommended, the chances of finding the lost seashells are extremely low. Still, we've been playing around here this whole time. It has to be here somewhere. Wait here, I'll find it in no time. With that, Luna dove straight into the water. Yeah, just like seeing the world outside your window made you want to keep living. I think I want to start truly living again. Hey, don't look so alarmed. I wasn't planning to throw my life away or anything like that. Still, what I was doing before wasn't really living. I was only existing. All I did was wait for the ending I'd already witnessed, letting the rest of my life slip away. But after experiencing a miracle that defied fate, I realized something. The world I thought was quiet and boring was actually filled with enough noise and excitement to make my ears ring. Luna. Once fate is observed, its outcome can never be changed. That's the unbearably cruel truth of this world. But every outcome is followed by what comes next. One outcome becomes the cause of what follows, and that cause gives rise to another outcome. That too is a law of this world. And so even beyond the ending I foresaw, there must still be a next. But if something comes after it, can it really be called the end? But we've seen it for ourselves, haven't we? If the story ends without another page, then we simply have to write the next one ourselves. Even now, someone is writing a chapter beyond the ending for us. So I will believe in that and start living again. I hope you'll do the same. Yes, I'll keep living no matter what fate puts in my way. Even the sun that day, which had seemed as though it would never set, had inspired someone to keep living. Was slowly descending beyond the horizon. And the moon is already out. Luna still hasn't come out of the water. Impressive. Yeah, she will not come out no matter how many times we call her. Should we start packing up? Luna insisted on searching a little longer and continue looking underwater. Leaving Luna to continue her underwater search, Smile and I started gathering her things. Capturing the magic seashell isn't the only thing on my mind. I can't stop thinking about the two moons phenomenon either. Smile spoke while struggling to fold a beach mat 3 times larger than her body. The two moons. No matter how many times I review it, the sight remains inexplicably. Unresolved mysteries are not acceptable. A scientific, valid explanation must exist. You think there's a scientific explanation for that? Although uncommon in flora, mirages do occur. Normally something observed this close to shore could be explained as either an active specimen carried in by the current or a rare mirage phenomenon. Temperature differences between layers of air refract light, causing objects to appear where they are not actually located. So it was a mirage. Negative. Upon reconsideration, a mirage fails to account for several critical observations. The temperature difference that day was not particularly large, and the brightness of the refracted moonlight as well. By hypothesis withdrawn, mirage theory is insufficient to explain yesterday's miracle. Then what was it? For now, I have decided to leave it as an unresolved question, so you don't know. Visual specimens or phenomena such as the magic seashells may eventually provide the data required to solve it. After pausing in thought, Smile returned to wrestling with the oversized beach mat. Just then, the captain smiled. You're finally out. Luna finally came out of the water after searching for a magic seashell until moonrise. She held the pink seashell Smile had lost, along with another magic seashell in a different color. Pretty right, it shines in all the colors of an aurora. Oh, its appearance indicates high probability that it's another magic seashell. Smile's entire face immediately lit up. I was searching for your missing seashell when this beautiful little thing caught my eye. I thought you'd like it, so I brought it right over. Thanks, Luna. Honestly, I didn't expect you to get it back. The odds of retrieving something lost in the ocean are low. Bad odds aren't the same thing as no chance at all. See, we even found another pretty shell because of it. Luna. Deeply touched smile gaze up at Luna with shining eyes. Go on, kid. You can hug me if you want to thank me. Hey, everyone. What's wrong, Smile? Pause on identified by a chill just ran down my spine. What? Are you coming down with a cold already? I refused to catch a cold. Ashura said it would interfere with tomorrow's training. Oh. Something we had momentarily forgotten suddenly came to mind. Oh, so you haven't completely forgotten about tomorrow's training. Uh-oh. Omega wants speech time too, but Omega has training, but Omega really wants speech time. Then another forgotten voice reached us from somewhere beyond the darkness. Uh-oh. Yeah. Ashura, Omega, are you all better now? You have the same distances? Said Omega's all better now. Oh. Dude, Ashura's pissed. It's been ages, everyone. Ashura, did you all have plenty of fun while I was gone? Then you must also be ready for enough brutal extra training to make up for all that fun. Uh-oh. You have to save me. I'm sorry. And so the unusually hot night was drawing to a close. What? I thought you were all fixed now. Negative Omega Controls update was completed successfully. However, very minor technical issue occurred during this unit's custom firmware update. The monolith orders 116th and 117th scientists failed to follow the safety instructions provided for the update. Do not power off this unit while it is saving. Yeah, I think I can guess what happened. Until corrective firmware is installed, intermittent malfunctions may occur, particularly when processing large data updates. This unit routinely archives the Voyager's Savior Party operational history. Abnormal behavior may occur during database backup procedures. What do I need to do? Request activate the virtual space simulator to rebuild the database and correct the erroneous information within it. This unit accepts no liability for injuries sustained during training inside the simulator. Consent to these terms is irrevocable and... Oh, come on. Alright. Oh, that was a fun event to read. Anyway, we gotta do one. Yeah, let's do one. Okay. It should be quick. It's gonna be quick. Ooh, let me grab. Where's the shop? Shop is here. Let's grab this thing. Oh, that's oh, any more? Okay, that's fine. I'll save that then. Okay. Yeah, that was a fun event to read. Not gonna lie.
来られましたか、団長。少々。
Now we're gonna run one run with Journey with give me a sec. Let's see. Yeah, let's upgrade this thing a little bit. 5, yep. There we go. That should be good. Okay. Let's go here. Yep. Let's run one journey. I still haven't unlocked this thing yet. It's gonna still take me a while to do so.
出撃準備完了。はいはい。日焼け止め、浮き輪、ビーチタオル。何でも言って。
That's fine. There you go. Yeah, I've already like read Luna's event or journey story, right? It's already been read, so the only thing that's new is the one scene, I guess. Yeah, we got shady sunglasses. Yep, Nice. This thing. Do I build health? Yeah, I guess I built health. Yeah, build health on this one. Oh, maybe we should have added more health guards. Oh well. Hey, just take it there. Well, this is the summer ult yeah, from the summer event, so. Do you walk around naked all summer? I mean, like, this is the summer ult. What do you expect? Literally just finished reading a beach event, so don't know what you expect. Your balls hang a little longer. Well, dude, this is literally a swimsuit, dude. What's your big deal? You act like you've never seen someone in a swimsuit before. Know what my big deal is? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You act like you've never seen someone in a swimsuit before. Gonna say Furia. Then that's no excuse. That's not excuse enough. Yep, let's help.
心配することなんて何もないよ、団長。このままならジャックポット確定だから。
Yeah, let's grab that one. There we go. Yep. Nice. Rest. Oh, nope, not this one. Rest. This one, yep. I think that's the right choice. Yeah, give me strength, okay. We need more help. Yep, let's do this. Let's see this one. Yep. Mm. Let's see. There we go.
わらわの慈悲に感謝するがよい。心配することなんて何もないよ、団長。こわあ、ちょうど腹ペコだったの。ありがとう。よーし、このやっほー、このままバカンスに行くんだよね。古い遺跡都市か。歴史と伝統を誇るカジノも。
Oh, what? Oh, that failed. Okay. Maybe it doesn't really hurt when I walk though. Captain want to make a bed. Am I injured or am I not? Whoever guesses right buys dinner. You're fine, back to training. Wait, you've got it wrong. I'm really hurt. Look, right here, see swollen. Walk, you want me to try walking then? Hurts, Luna, I'll cry after taking a few steps and collapsed right where she stood. Good job, Luna. Ooh. Okay. Training.古い遺跡都市か。歴史と伝統を団長と心配することなんて何もないよ、団長。このままならジャックポット確定だから。簡単よ。
いとと団長簡単よ
Since we finally had some time to spare, Luna and I went to enjoy the beach. This is Flora, blue sea, sandy beaches, and swimming in the ocean. Yep, this is exactly what summer's all about. Now it's finally starting to feel like a proper summer vacation. Strictly speaking, we're here for training. Don't sweat the small stuff. Well then, better late than never, let's make the most of the beach. Let's see, beach umbrella lounge chair taken care of, beach towels, sunscreen, a floaty, a tumbler for our drinks. Oh, and these sunglasses are for you, Captain. I figured they'd look great on you. Now let's see what else. Luna began laying out what seemed like an endless supply from her large bag. You brought all this? Didn't you have to borrow money just to buy lunch a few days ago? I hit it big at the casino the other day. I mean, you can't really enjoy the beach without all this stuff. So I decided to go all in and somehow it worked. Guess I just got lucky. Really? Hey, that look says you don't believe me at all. Nothing about what I said sounds suspicious, right? Your explanations contains two contradictions. Contradiction number one, there's no chance you actually won the casino. Come on, I do win once in a while. Contradiction number two, there's no way you didn't gamble your winnings away. That's, Okay, I'll tell you the truth. Well, I don't know if you know this, but around casinos, there are these handy little pieces called pawn shops. But what exactly do you pawn? Well, since I was going to spend all my time in a swimsuit here anyway, so I pawned the clothes I was wearing. It's fine, I was going to get them back soon anyway. I've got requests coming up soon. Once I finish it, I'll have more than enough to get them back. See, no problem at all. It's nothing but problems. Setting aside where the money came from, I'm surprised you didn't crawl right back into the casino. Seriously, crawl back? What kind of person do you think I am? A hopeless gambling addict? I like casinos, sure, but I'm not addicted. Really? Well, I go every day, but still. Really? I'm only a little less lucky than most people, that's all. A little less. Anyway, since we're here in Flora, I just wanted to spend a day at the beach with you. That's why I skipped the casino and went shopping instead. Besides, I didn't really want to come asking for you for money again. Luna grumbled with a pout. Her way of going about it may have been misguided, but perhaps I'd been too quick to misjudge her intentions. You don't have to go that far next time. Just spending time with you is enough for me. Now that's quite the heartfelt thing to say, but I can't do that. Once you've decided to have fun, you've got to make it the best day ever. The day never comes around again. But if something goes wrong, well, I'll let future me worry about it. It'll all work out somehow, don't worry. Worst case, I'll stake my fate on one big game and win it all back. Don't throw your fate on the line so easily. Don't worry, there's no way I won't win this time. I've been on a losing streak, so I'm due for a win. I'll just be glad if you don't end up losing the swimsuit you're wearing. You really do worry about everything. If you spend all your time worrying about what might happen later, you might end up regretting it. At the end of it all, the present is all you have. Crouching beneath the beach umbrella shade, Luna quietly stared at a small pit in the sand. Red Crab carefully poked its head out of the sandy pit. After checking its surroundings, it began scrambling up the side of the pit. No matter how hard you struggle, some hills aren't meant to be climbed. Nothing more pointless than struggling against something that's already been decided. Despite its efforts, the crab failed to escape the pit and tumbled back down. Luna playfully flicked a little sand, sprinkling grains all over the crab's head. So forget all the overthinking for now. Today we're making the most of summer in Flora until we are completely worn out. But just as I was about to find the words to challenge Luna's cynical remark, the slope of the sand pit crumbled without warning. The crab took his chance, darted out of the pit, and scurried beneath it, Luna's hips. What? What is this? There's something on my butt. Crab, wait, it's the one from the sand pit. It got me, it pinched my butt. Startled, Luna jumped to her feet with bright red crab still clinging to her butt. Ah, that hurts. Where does it get off me? Captain, a little help here. Luna frantically shook her hips, but the crab didn't seem to have any intention of letting go. You guys all struggling paid off. What are you talking about? Ouch, it's pinching even harder now. The sand slope caved in because it kept struggling. You never know what'll happen until you see it through. Okay, I was wrong. I'll take back whatever I said, everything. You're going to have to speak up. Get it off me. Why is it doing this to me? Captain, hurry, please, get this thing off me. Alright, just stay still for a second. Quit sticking your butt in my face. Honestly, kind of deserved it, I guess. During training, a thick fog rolled in. There you go.
Done.
Let's see. Do this one.
これくらい楽勝
Nice. Let's do this one.
これくらい楽勝
Then I rescue a boy who fell into water. Yeah. This one. Toxic scale. Good job. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. いい感じ団長と一緒だと予想もしないいい結果につながることもあるからね
Okay, can't get that. Okay. More help, I guess.
ありがとう団長大切にするねいい感じこの格好なら誰が見てもバカンスに行く観光客みたいでしょ
This
ギ
one,
ャンブ
yep.
ルの借金で夜逃げする人には見えないよね
Now, what's the energy looking like? Ooh. 9%, that's fine. Yep. Okay, let's rest. We can do this one.
よーし、このまま行こう団長。戦いは勢いが大事なんだから。
I will save. Let's go do this thing. Good. Okay, good.
団長、これくらい楽勝。およ、団長、どれ私たちの勝利にかける。
Hmm.
いい感じ。団長と一緒だと予想もしないいい結果。わあ、ちょうど腹ペコだったの。わあ、ちょうど腹ペコだったの。ありがとう。心配すること。簡単よ。これくらい楽勝。私たちの勝利にかける。よーし、このまま行こう団長。戦いは勢いが大事なんだから。わあ、ちょうど腹ペコだったの。ありがとう団長。わあ、ちょうど腹ペコだったの。ありがとう団長。よーし、このまま行こう団長。
Let's do the fight. Why not? Yeah, let's do the fight. Why not?
Sadaki と常に天から降ってくる。今よりもっと熱くしてあげる。熱く燃え上がれ。なかなか招待状のない方はお帰りください。
Okay. With the new characters, dude, you can like just play off your trigger skills, dude.
共に投げましょう。
The fact that the trigger skills will just like trigger off of each other, that's kind of insane.
夏の熱気を冷ましてあげる。これは涼しいでしょ。ボイドもそこに沈む。
その罪は深く計り知ることすらかなわず。
乾いてうちは今回はここまでか。こういうのがまさにバカンスの醍醐味だよね。
There we go. Nice. Now let's see if we could get multiple ones. Ooh. Actually, this one's fine. Yeah, that one. Oh, she got a whole new record, yo. That's nuts. Okay. It's pretty insane. Nice. Okay, so now that we got that done, we will call it quits for this game. For now, we're gonna move on to the next game now. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will get the game ready. So give me a few minutes. I'm just gonna like get the game open. I'm gonna cut the stream because it's gonna make it easier to just post it onto YouTube or and just have it as a separate VOD. Or two separate games. So anyway, I'll be right back. So yep, be right back.